my best friend to 23. She left her body and hovered above me. My best friend to 23. I heard the heavens crying above me. They gained an angel, I lost a friend. I felt like dying again and again. I went through hell, stared at death, but I keep fighting with each living breath. I saw no way out from where I stood. Felt like the fire had burned me from. Now you're gone, I'm alone. I guess it's time to get better. Through the pain, I will go alone. If I fall, break my bones, I will scream even louder. 'Cause I'm not dying alone. I lost my best friend.
Hello readers and digital people, and welcome back to GP Reads. I am your host, Grant Reads, and I'm finally back, finally able to stream. I can't even express how happy I am to be able to stream again. Yes, this little guy. Look up, that's the happiness level right there. That's the level. This little bouncing guy. That's it. Anyway, good to see you all. It's been a long time since we looked into RHKQ Quest. Oh yeah, this lights up, doesn't it? Yeah. And I could not resist. I have to go back into it. I have to see how this thing ends because I found out that it's actually in the final chapters. It's not quite ending yet, but it's heading in there. The chapter 4 is coming up, and that is going to be the finale. I got some catching up to do. Definitely want to catch up and see what's going on here. This is one of my favorite series. It's so crazy and hilarious and cringy on purpose and creepy and mysterious. It's got it all. I love this series. I don't care about anything surrounding it. I love this series. I will always love this series. I will always love this world. The Liminality world is really cool. There's other series I like that were part of this world, and there's other series that are no longer part of this world, but the core of it is here, and I love it. I love it, and I'm really excited to get back into it. It's been so freaking long. I forgot to put Happy's face up, so Happy from High Five Friends, never mind. We'll talk about that later. That's not today. Today is RHKQ Quest. Let's jump right in. I've got a playlist here that actually has it in order, which is really awesome. Thank you, Roxy, for providing that. That's going to make a big difference. Yeah, right here. We're going to be able to traverse everything from here. We're going to start out where we left off, which is a year in review. For those of you who don't remember this series, we've went over this series a bunch of times. Anybody here who's new. But for those of you who don't remember this series, basically there's these teenagers that are stuck in a time loop, and there's like these murder games going on, and there's like this, it seems like a cult. I don't know if it's a cult, but it's always a cult. It's ARG. So there's this cult that is removing people's skin to try to turn them into what seems to be their version of angels. And there is a Nephilim who is also a counselor. There's a lot going on here. You're definitely going to stick around for this one. It's insane. And let's begin. Starting with a year in review. This is on the channel called Scratches, which is one of the related channels. And the description says, how does it feel knowing about this? Endorphin Therapy, which is the main channel, says, I bet you feel ghastly uploading this one, which we found out is actually, if you follow the visual novels, this is a visual novel, a website, and videos. If you follow the visual novels, you find out that it's actually, the creator of the RHKQ quest is actually a person in-game. It is, I hate names. Names are so... Why do names elude me? Real quick, somebody help me out with this. Katie! Gosh, you've been 27. You're so awesome. Love you, Katie. Yeah, let's go. But, Lily. Yes, the main character in RHKQ quest, Lily. Turns out, Lily-chan. Lily. The one with blue hair. The main character in this series is actually the creator of the Endorphin Therapy RHKQ quest series. The animated series. Anyway, let's go back into this. So, year in review, project for Mr. Valencia's current event classes, 1 at 3 of 2014. So this is back in the first loop. Remember, we're in time loops, and things keep happening the same way. This is from the first loop. Think of the movie and book series It, and how dreary, every 27 years something happens. It's not quite the same. Not even close, but just the same kind of concept, how they're stuck in like a time loop, and the bad things happen on repeat. It's got a copyright thing. I may actually mute this song. You know what it is. 2013 was so fun. Drones are real and used by aliens. Okay. There's been lots of alien sightings recently. You mean angels? I mean, that's like a freaking Halo, straight up. What even do you want to be more real? Comment below. Well, in this world, I'm pretty sure it's some kind of fallen angel thing. Speaking of, does Elon Musk's new train look like an alien spacecraft? It does. He's an alien. Mr. Valencia, I'm not trying to convince the class aliens are real. I just like aliens a lot. And then you have the X. Like, okay. Fun stuff that happened in 2013. Prince George was born. He's British. Yes. Habemus Pama Francium. The Pope on Twitter. Interesting. Oh gosh. Don't even get me started on Justin Bieber. He still does things, doesn't he? I have not kept up with that person. Smiley virus. What was that? That's a head in a grocery bag. In a bathtub. Excuse me. Heart scratch everyone who lost in 2013. Molly Lucas, Adrian Bright, Faith Valencia, Yves, Vivian, Alexis Valentine, Allison Ryan, Sarah Inunaki, Lily September, Zoe Coleman, Olive Summers. Oh, I'm noticing some names here, are you? Lily, Zoe, Olive, Lorelei. They're all in the same loop. Presentation by Scarlett Thomas from Valencia's current class 1-3-2014. All right. So continuing from there, we've got decisions. Moving on. We will be doing all of it tonight, by the way. We're going to be doing... Yeah, the Endorphin Therapy, sorry, that's actually one of the connected channels. The main channel is the Kawaii Nico-chan Calico Lily. That's Lily's main channel. There's a few channels connected to this. It says task 1 complete. I'm going to check back on that roster. It shows a moon. Half moon. So we're halfway done with the game, I guess? Alright, no more comments that need to be followed up on. Let's jump in.
I've recently gathered a growing interest in your endeavors. Who do you pledge your loyalty to, convalescent?
I feel like the things are stitched together. angel of some sort.
A lack of self-control, it seems.
Actually, you know, that actually reminds me more of a, it's like stitched together in like a false human. So maybe think of homunculi a little bit.
To think rain would allow us to waste our time like this?
You serve rain, so I guess you're... Okay, if rain is a Nephilim or fallen angel, it could actually be one of their, archons. Which are like their servants, their version of angels.
That's for you all to decide. You can always push the agenda of whichever human you like most. I'm done talking to statues. Speaking of humanity, do you really expect to win with just one under your wing?
Я играю не для того, чтобы победить.
Sun versus moon. We're picking sides? Is there a battle? Fire. Represent the sun. Task complete. Yeah, they keep getting these tests. We're still not completely let in on what's going on with those, but they are following tasks as they're getting eliminated one by one. Okay, we need to go back for that. Stop it, YouTube. Oh my gosh, I hate freaking YouTube. Okay, here we go. So that picture, it's a single-eyed person, and I believe that's the right eye, which is the good eye, X'd out, which means they're functioning on their dark side. We've also got their mind going down. Well, there is an up arrow, so they're choosing down. So this is someone who's like chosen the dark side, basically. It looks like they have a dark sun or a black hole over their head, which represents Ishtar and the second sun, Nibiru. Definitely some interesting symbolism here. We're gonna have to just keep our mind on that as we go forward. Decisions. This is basically choosing good or evil, and looks like they chose evil, or chose the demon side over the heaven side or something. All right. Next is E-Naturalism, the Fool, Death. You're here for answers, a collection of miscellaneous words, arranged by Alexandria Zagmont, head of the bioengineering. I don't have any really... Yeah, that is all over the place. Much of a figure out who you really are and where you really came from. Yeah, it's everywhere. So this is a ARG puzzle. You put it together and you get a answer, but you know, I would have to like screenshot them and cut them. I guess I could. I'm gonna keep this open and do this later, because I feel like this is probably important. We're just gonna read through some of it right now, though. Yeah, this is definitely a puzzle you gotta put together. Name Alexandria Zagmont. Ages of writing 17. Occupation biochemist, engineer. Death I forgot when, unironically, like, I don't remember. So you remember you died before, though. He was made into an example, kinda, but he suffered the same fate I did, kinda. It was weird. We created an artificial hell to mock God. What? You created an artificial... Why would you create an artificial hell? I could see creating an artificial heaven, like a paradise, but why would you create an artificial hell? It's just torture. Why would you do this? We never realized how ironic that was. I think the last thing he told me was something about his boyfriend. Of course he did. I hope they're together in death, happy. I want to be with them someday. I doubt it'll happen. Just takes a pinch. If everything is filler, what isn't are we filler? I know that realistically I am filler. I can't die. What's the point of participating in a game where you can't really lose? I'm just another master here, and it sucks. I need another bump. This one's filler. All of the other pages are also filler. We're filling up something. You're making a Sarath, probably. I don't know what it is. Do they really mean anything at all? When you write down death, it doesn't mean that much. Match prints. Dial to rewind, break it, rethink, reinvent, find the dish, burn it. Do you see it? The eye of the duck before us. We got it. Stay back. I'll handle it. Insert disc 2. Rewind. Break it, reimagine, review. Find the fire, put it out. Do you see it? The eye of the duck. It consumes us. Stay back. I'll handle it. After reading a few spikes, readings a day. Everyone has a bit of power. It's weird to think about it, but it's true. Source and null, all around us, everywhere, nowhere. It's weird, huh? Oh, Gaia, Mother of Earth. The cookie cutter of which you used to mold us. We ask you to bestow man a favor. We know that we have not taken care of thee, yet we need your nurture to survive. We beg of thee, Gaia, for your blood. It lacks color and scent, yet it powers us to work, to try to cure you of your wounds. We're all suckers. Virtuosus 14. I don't think I have a lot to say. 14 is my lucky number, for various reasons why. It took me a few years to remember my name, and how to properly feel. I just wanted to feel. You don't know how lucky you are to be able to feel right now, to be able to breathe fresh air. I was always afraid of space, the dense void between stuff. It scares me. The void between what we know and what we don't. Does repetition annoy you? Does repetition annoy you? It took solace in tarot afterwards. I took solace in tarot afterwards, solace in trying to understand the cosmic wheel. Small stuff changes, but it's funny how on a 3-card past, present, and future reading, I always pull the same cards. Death, Judgment, Tower. I can't feel my hands. You know, that's actually, this is probably their hell. It's probably less of a purgatory, more of their hell. They're just stuck in the loop forever. Re-suffering the same fate of being murdered because they couldn't figure out who it was. I can't feel my hands sometimes, so I just cut them off, and they regrow. Oh, okay. And then I can't feel my hands sometimes, so I just cut them off and they regrow. Okay. It all comes in triplets. Past, present, future. ID, ego, superego. Birth, life, death. But it's never linear. It never was linear. Interesting. So you're talking about like 10th dimension, everything exists at the same time stuff. There's, well, that's more 4th dimension, but no. No, it's 5th. Yeah. There's a semi-direct form of communication between executed at all times and those who have their God-given right are allowed to hear it. Can you? You can't? I know you can't. Flawed, forgotten, lost in this mess, never to be involved, never. You know what you're doing. Leave. Don't. Stop it. Stop reading. I know you can. Stop. There's nothing for you here. Stop. Leave. Okay, and then just, yeah. What is it you see? That doesn't make any sense. You're crazy. Crazy for assuming any of this makes any sense. Does this involve you? Be quiet. An end. What do you mean? Thank you. Some sense. I got it. The eye. There's no end here. Just amalgam. I'll touch it. Reckless. Doesn't push us forward. Insanity does. This is the end. The eye. I keep talking about this eye. This eye is very important. I wonder if it's the missing eye of that one creature that has one eye. Or is that the duck? Is that thing called the duck? Just a bunch of random things. Foolishness, enlightenment, solace, death. Start out dumb, you learn stuff, you're complacent in that, and then you die. And then restart. What is it you learned today? How death leads to insanity. How you're an annoyance to me. I hope you figured at least the latter out. I don't have all the answers you seek. All I can offer you are my crazed words. Some of them could help. Others, not so much. What is it you learned today? How insanity leads to the loss of the soul. How am I an annoyance to you? I hope you figure at least the latter out. I have the answers you seek. All I can offer you is null and void. Some of them are useless, others not so much. Well, that was madness. Okay. Next is Around the Bend and Back Again, Chapter 3. Here we go. We're going to be playing the third visual novel. This is the one I missed. I'm super freaking excited for this. Let's do it. Around the Bend and Back Again, Chapter 3, Her Apology. Content warning, if you all need a content warning. There's suggestive themes. Of course, they're not extreme. Strong language, for sure. Visual depictions of blood and gore. There's going to be some of that. Sex as a coping mechanism. Again, not going to be super explicit, but there will be some in there. Same with drug abuse, self-harm, and suicide topics. So if you are sensitive to any of these, you may want to wait until the visual novel portion's over. If not, we'll go ahead and begin. And I forgot to download it in advance, so I'm going to go ahead and download that in the background real quick. Just take 1 second. Alright, while it's doing that, I'm actually going to go ahead and go to the next video and pull that up. Or I guess it's actually going to be an entry in the journal. This is Zoe's World, which is one of the players. Number 12. There's no love in February. Let's see, I think the download's done. Let me go ahead and get that going. Yeah, can we unzip that instead of just trying to play it in the zip folder thingy? Yeah, it already did. I'm gonna read the comments while it's extracting. Should just take a few seconds, so. Hello, FNF Girl, good to see you. And Mikey, hello. The games do reveal a lot. The games are awesome. I'm just excited. I love the games. The games are good. I love visual novel games in anything. Reese Rapture, Reinhardt Quiet Quest. Just anything that has a visual novel, I'm a sucker for. A complete and utter sucker. I'm gonna mute my mic for a second because I'm gonna cough. And you're just gonna see me cough. You're not gonna hear. Okay, and we're good. The extraction should be done now. Check. It is nearly done. I'm going to go ahead and read this diary entry, and then I'm going to grab a drink so I don't die. And then we'll play it. There's no love in February. Odd name, I know, but it's the name of a song I like. Allison and Cassidy gave me a cut contact. Wait, they have cut contact with me. There hasn't been any new murders. At least not ones marked with Roman numerals yet. There have been a couple of mannequin murders here and there, but still no leads. Yeah, they were murdering people and turning them into mannequins, but anyway. Sarah's out of the hospital. We've been talking about going back into the woods to investigate, but I've expressed a desire... Oh, it's done. 1 second. But I've expressed a desire to look into the local church. The murders seem sacrificial, don't they? At least the Roman murders. And the church staff seem so calm despite people in their families being murdered and marked with numerals. Faith, Adrian, something's up there, I think. Yeah, you think? If I seem off when writing this, there's a reason. Olive's cut contact with me, like I said, and it hurts. We've been friends forever. But then Lorelei comes along, and now Olive wants nothing to do with me. It sucks. That and I've been having these really weird dreams lately, where I'm walking through a snowy city, and my body feels so heavy, like a statue. However, these dreams usually end with a vision of another figure. They have a thin, emaciated feminine figure, and they're naked, but covered in dark sludge that almost appears as though it's their skin in some parts. It reminds me of that character in Tekken, like the lady who's like she like falls into the water and comes out covered in darkness. Reminds me of that. They wear a porcelain doll mask. Oh crap! Nope, that is not who that is. That is we'll see. They wear a porcelain doll mask, but one of their eyes is visible and red. The closer I get to them, the more awake I become. I wonder if this is a memory. Yeah, it's a nightmare. Let's put it that way. That's gonna be bad. It's who I think it is. Alright, the game is ready. Let's jump in. I'm gonna need to change the portal we're looking at here. The music's so good. Music's always so good in this. Alright, let's turn that down just... No, that's about right there. Okay. I just need to switch my view. Oh, wrong one. There we go. I need to turn off the... I've got it cropped. I need to uncrop it real quick. Okay. Oh man, this is gonna be so freaking good. We're gonna find out some major answers tonight. I'm telling you that. I'm kind of nervous. I don't know if I want to know what's going on at this point. Such a freaking crazy series. Okay, here we go. This music is so different than the way it's been before. We're gonna learn some big stuff. Preferences. Window. That's fun. start. I went to church last weekend. The morning after our last session. That was a few weeks ago, yeah. This is Olive speaking, by the way. It's who we were playing as earlier. Hope you enjoyed your holiday off. I hadn't been to church in years, but I went. I felt like I had to, I guess. It would give me some form of structure in my life. It was the Sunday before Christmas, anyways. Zoe came with me. She's not religious, but she felt like helping. The guy on the stand, pastor, priest, whatever, the titles all mean the same thing. Not exactly, but go on, Rain says. The guy, he, was talking. Like one of the stat... Wait. I need to get a drink real quick. Like one of his status typically would. I wasn't really listening, honestly. I'm not sure if Zoe was either. But I'm glad we spent the time together either way. I'm gonna turn down the volume in my ear because I cannot hear myself talk. Okay. The priest, pastor, guy speaking, was talking about the recent deaths, asking for prayers. He looked at me a few times, but never said anything to bring any attention to me. I'm thankful for that. After a while, the service was over, and they started putting out snacks near the entrance to the movie. Zoe and I went over and started getting some brownies. They were really good. Well, we got drugs in them. Just saying. All the baked goods looked really, really good. Church food is awesome. Oh, and you know that girl I told you about last week? Adrian? She came up to us. Hi, Olive, Zoe. Haven't seen either of you here in years. How are you? This is the Church of the Raindrops. That's a smiley face on her. That's the Church of the Raindrops. What I was talking about earlier? Yeah, that's gonna take place here soon. Oh, hi Adrian. I'm doing okay. How are you? Zoe smiled and waved. I'm doing good. Glad you were able to stop by. Did y'all enjoy today's mass? Zoe was taking some lemon squares. Church lemon squares. Church lemon squares. Oh, church lemon squares. Okay. Church lemon squares. Oh, church lemon squares. That's how it was. I wish I could have those church lemon squares once more. Yeah, I thought it was cool. I hadn't exactly paid much attention, really. I remember him talking about the Book of Revelation. The red dragon stuff is kind of neat. I like the symbolism there. Right? I think all that stuff is so neat. I wonder if it's a retelling of something that's already happened, or a prediction of what's to come. That comment stuck with me. It's a little odd, but I shrugged it off. A lady approached the three of us. She was odd. Everything about her indicated a sort of, like, I don't know. She seemed older. Like, somewhere between 40 and 60. But this was really only indicated by her outfit, her voice. She did look a day over 20, though. Make some new friends, Adrian, dear? Oh, hi, Claire. No, I've known these two since elementary school. Zoe and I quietly nodded and waved. Oh, old friends, even better. Well, I'll help you through and make smart choices today. I've got some things to tend to. I actually have a meeting with your father today, Adrian. Bit loud. Yeah, it's like real loud. Okay, let me adjust the music real quick. Okay, that's better. Yeah, the cough was bad. It was a bad cough. We're not going to talk about it. We are looking into an ARG. Thank you. I'm glad. There's a lot more. I'm doing a lot of different things. I'm having trouble sticking with one thing right now. There's a lot going on. I'm not going to talk about it right now. Okay, music's better. Let's go. Yeah, I'm going to be doing ARG stuff for a while. I missed it. It's like home, and I need to go back home. Anyway, so Claire says, well, I hope you three make smart choices today. I've got some things to tend to. I actually have a meeting with your father today, Adrian. Oh. Oh. Have fun then. He may seem a bit scary, but doesn't bite. Adrian seemed a little off when saying that. She seemed so comfortable talking around. Wait. You know what's weird? In this world, okay, I'm getting to spoiler stuff, but with Sarath in mind, church is very strange. Let's put it that way. Oh my gosh. Wait, is Sarath who I think it... Oh my gosh. Sarath is her. Okay, I'll talk about my theory here in a second, but I've got a really crazy theory now. Anyway, she seems more comfortable talking around talk of her father's earlier, but this specific lady mentioning him, I don't know, the whole thing just felt weird. Is Lucille freaking... I mean, I know Lucille's part of Sarath. And if that's their god, then the Church of the Raindrops was actually legitimate. And that means that... Okay, I'll get to that in a second. Later, I think either the same day or the day after, Lorelai and I took a walk through the nearby park. Lorelai, kinda chilly. Yeah. We walked slowly, holding hands. That doesn't look like Lorelai. You've changed. Anyway. I used to go to this park a lot as a kid. There used to be some old abandoned structure of some kind around here, but I haven't been able to find it recently. I think it got demolished or something. Okay, is Stephanie the freaking deity of this universe? Is it the creator deity of this universe? Is it Stephanie Lawson Stevens? Anyway, I think it got demolished or something. Maybe. It was old, like World War I old. Huh. Maybe not then. They usually keep stuff like that around to preserve history or something. Yeah, true. This is how most of our dates go, honestly. We very rarely went to a fancy restaurant or anything traditionally romantic. We just kind of hang out like friends. I like that. But it definitely leaves a lot to be desired. I don't know. Hey, when we get home, do you like want to like try something to get our minds off things? Oh my. Sure, maybe. It's okay if you don't. I'm not necessarily experienced in any of that. Oh wow, she is talking about that. Okay. I think I'd like to. Lorelai nodded. I love you, Olive. Love you too. When we got home, we had sex. That's what I thought you were referring to. I found it pleasant. I was grateful that Lorelai was willing to share her body with me, and grateful that I was comfortable enough to share mine with her. I love Lorelai. I feel like I should mention, I haven't gone to school since break ended. Oh, why is that? Isn't worth it. I'm happier without it. I'll just get my GED. I know everything I need to. Lorelai has a steady income, and I could probably get a good job as well. We could be happy together without it. Well, at least you have a plan. Yeah. Anyways, a few days before New Year's Eve, Zoe, Sarah, and I were at the library and talked for a bit. I just don't know what to do anymore. He meant so much to everyone, it's just... Yeah, I can only imagine how Yves feels. I could tell Sarah didn't like that. Zoe bringing up... Is it Eves? Eves? Anyway, I'm gonna say Eves. Bring up Eves. It was obvious to me, but she didn't show it. Sarah never liked Eves. To get you best, I don't know. I think I know why, Rain says. Yeah. He was so young. We're all so young. Why is this happening to us? By this point, 3 more corpses marked with Roman numerals had been found. 2 that go to our school, and the mother of one of our former classmates. This brought the count up to, what, 9? Zoe, I think, had started to piece together what I was thinking before I did. That was probably a student, but who? It's making me so nervous. What happens if one of us leaves the house one day and never comes home? Sarah, I think you might be worrying too much. No, if anything, you're worrying too little. The government hasn't even put The government hasn't even put a curfew in place. The police have no leads. I get what you mean. It's really scary. But really, at this point, I don't think there's much to worry about. The police are definitely going to find this idiot at some point. Yeah, all the witness statements of the guy line up, so it's going to make it easier for them to find him. A lot of people claim to see them lurking around that abandoned house on the edge of town, but police have been monitoring it a lot recently, so I kind of had a lot of doubts. Oh, hello, creepy person. Zoe, wait a minute. Okay, this is Zoe talking about that. I was about to say, that isn't Zoe, is it? No, this is Zoe talking about the mystery murderer person. People say they wear a black hoodie and wear a mask that only shows one of their eyes. So that's a mask. I thought that was their actual face. Is it their actual face? Just a red eye. Jeez, kind of try hard, honestly. Someone wants to be the next big creepypasta, right? Yeah, I don't know. A lot of people are saying that's what they looked like, so... I like that picture. I'm gonna take a screenshot of that. You guys talk... I really need to get a drink. Before I get to get a drink. You guys talking about this isn't making me feel any better. Sorry. Lorelai and I stayed home on New Year's Eve. We were sharing a little bottle of wine, talking about whatever was on our minds. And Ala Burkovsky ended up actually killing Orion Lightray, right? Lorelai was talking about superheroes. It was kind of cute. And like, now I think he's supposed to be back at like Starman 2? I don't know, it's a little confusing. Seems like it. How do you manage to keep up with all that? The internet is a magical place, Miss Summers. She took another swig from the bottle as Futurama played on the TV. We were sitting on her bed, absent-mindedly waiting for the clock to strike midnight while we talked. It was like, what, an hour or two away? I need to get my hands on some Starman comics, dude. It's hard to be a fan when all you've got to go off of is Russian scans that you have to translate yourself. Yeah, how much do they go for? The older ones are hella expensive, but the newer ones are probably like a couple dollars a pop. They're just hard to find. Good to know. The conversation got kind of quiet after that. After a few seconds of silence, Lorelai put the wine down and shuffled closer to me. Hey, might just be the wine talking, but, She put a hand on my thigh. To, pass the time, and ease your nerves? I smiled and nodded goofily. Yeah, I'd like that. I guess I eventually fell asleep, I think. I don't know. I just ended up falling asleep, but what I do know for certain, and remember, scarily clearly, is the dream I had that night. I was in a field. It was just forest for miles, as far as I could see, but there was a path nearby. Everything felt very fake, but real. Like, yeah, it's a dream. It's going to, but it felt different. Something's communicating to you in your dreams because you're speaking with, like, Abrahamic deities and creatures and spirits and demons and stuff, so just saying. Not like my other nightmares. My body felt light, tingly. My organs felt gross inside me, especially my stomach. I was so hungry, and for some reason, I started walking. After a few minutes of walking on the path, I found myself seeing things that were familiar. The park Lorelai and I would go to. It made me feel sick. My head started to hurt, but I didn't wake up. The park started to morph into something unfamiliar as I walked. Something alien. I kept walking, but I started to feel sluggish. My mouth and stomach felt like I just swallowed a bunch of ocean water. I wanted to vomit, but something kept me going. I don't know what or why, but it brought me back there. The place Alex was killed, and it wanted me to go inside, so I did. Probably gonna get some answers. Something inside smelled rancid. My head hurt so bad. I remembered seeing bugs all around me, some flies, bees, but mostly moths. White moths. Oh, and there was stairs, yeah, and, I know, I went up them. Sorry, my head just started hurting again. Can I get some water? My head and neck really hurt right now. There's a water bottle beside you, Olive. You brought it in with you. Oh, right. Yeah, sorry. As I was saying, I went up the stairs and there was a door. And through it was a little girl's room. It looked a lot like, I don't know, but it looked so familiar. Some moss floated out of the room as I opened the door. The smell was so bad. I could have sworn it was real, but there was someone in the room with me, standing over the bed, back turned to me. They were so strange looking. I tried to say something. Hello? The figure turned to face me. It's the murderer. Terrifying. Oh, it's you. I didn't expect you so soon. Or maybe I should have. In retrospect, I did. I expected you all along, Lolive. How did you expect her all along? Someone wants this game over fast. I felt sick. You know my name? Of course I do, stupid doll. I'm in your dream right now, aren't I? Oh, so he's actually in the dream. This music makes me think he's just like a game master. He's not like anything special. He's just like running the game. Just like show host. Who are you? Are you kidding?
Everyone on this planet knows who I am.
Everyone on the planet knows who I am. How? The man uttered a name I shouldn't be able to understand. The sounds melted together. They weren't coherent at all, but I understood it somehow. Spider Lily. Isn't it a nice name? So now we know the name of the creature thing, the being, Spider Lily. Interesting. Like Lily-chan? Spider. Oh, but that's not why you're here. But that's not why I'm here. You know everything that's been happening to your friends? My head hurt so bad. I just wanted the dream to end. Oh, of course you do. How silly of me. I'm so... No, he said to say I'm sorry. How sorry of me. I'm so sorry. I'm such a solid little guy. He's being all babyish for some reason. How would you feel if I had another trick up my sleeve? What do you... We've received 9 sacrifices in total, little doll. We need one more. I was confused, but it made sense to me after a second. Wait, hang on. Spider Lily laughed. No, I don't want to die. Not yet. I took the words out as my throat began to close up. The room darkened around us. Oh, you're so funny, Olive. You're just like your mother. I woke up, drenched in my own sweat. Lorelei was cuddled up against me, asleep. It was Wednesday, the first day of January, 2013. I was alive, and I still am, but someone else wasn't. I sat at the kitchen table as Lorelei made us some pancakes. On one of the kitchen counters is a small TV, and it was playing the news. We're expecting more rain than usual. I was passively listening as I scrolled through Instagram on my phone. No one was really posting anything I cared about. Lorelei came over to the table with a plate full of pancakes, more than enough for the both of us, and set it down on the table. She then set down 2 plates for us and got us silverware, and sat across from me. Anything special on Insta this morning? Not really, just people posting New Year's Eve stuff, nothing interesting. I put some pancakes on my plate and started to eat them. One had a clump of flour in, I think. It wasn't big. Otherwise, they were really good, so I didn't mention it. Lorelei seemed happy to see me enjoying her pancakes. They good? I nodded goofily. Breaking news coming in as the Roman murders have reached a new milestone. I was about to take another bite as we heard that. I turned my head to look at the TV. 17-year-old Melanie Atlantic has been found dead in her own home earlier today, naked in her bathtub. Melanie. I felt a wave of heat cover my body. People were going to blame me. Everyone's seen the video. Everyone. Yeah, that's the one that she completely crushed in the bathroom because she was being a jerk and a transphobe. Authorities say her death was a suicide by overdosing on painkillers, and an intentional one. A suicide note was found at the scene, along with her clothes, neatly folded beside the tub. Her parents have asked that we do not release the contents of the note just yet. Lorelei was silent, staring at the TV as the broadcast continued. Now you may be wondering, how does this tie to the Roman murders? Authorities say that 2 lines in the shape of an X were carved into the victim's chest some time after she died, and that the serial killer most likely wanted to take credit for this tragedy. Lorelei turned off the TV. I was shaking. Hey, it'll be... I wasn't listening. I was only imagining what the body looked like, what Melanie looked like in her last seconds of life, what she looked like after her death, what her poor, innocent parents saw. Why would... No, that's a stupid question. I know why she'd kill herself, but the dream, is that what he... Did he really make her kill herself? I told you I had more tricks up my sleeve. Spider Lily's jacked up. That's what he meant. He was in my mind, taunting me. Okay, Bowser laugh. Or was that Boo? I don't know. It was kind of creepy though. Anyway, laughing at me as I couldn't control my breathing, my shaking. Stop it! I couldn't hear Lorelei over his laughter. Olive. It was so painful, so pitiful. And yet... Olive! I was leaning over the table. Lorelei was next to me, holding me gently, trying to help me control my breathing. I couldn't... I sobbed. Olive, just breathe. It'll be okay. It's not your fault. Now, you really don't think that's your fault, do you? Rain says. No, I don't. And you don't really think that some cryptid dream man monster guy's at fault either, do you? Don't look at me like that. Let me keep going. Weird things are happening, Rain. It's not out of the question at all, considering what happened after. Go on, then. The next day, Zoe, Lorelei, Lily, and I went out for lunch together. They seemed to have a lot on their mind, so it was mostly just Lily, Lorelei, and I talking. And really, I think the Japanese adaptation of Starman, Hoshishin, is cooler. Like, yeah, a lot of the story beats are the same, but overall the art style is just better, and more coherent, and less, you know, capitalism-y. Yeah, you said that, but again, I don't speak Japanese. Wow, that's short. I could make a translation for you and email you the PDF. I mean, sure, but it's not the Starman comics I want to read, or the physical copies. Well, I'll be sure to look either way. Is something wrong, Zoe? Hmm? What? No, I'm just thinking about stuff. I don't think we should talk about all that right now. None of us are in a good headspace to be worrying about that stuff. Yeah, sorry, it's just hard to think about anything else. I feel that. Well, I've been hearing some interesting things about it lately. Oh? Weird stuff about the house at the edge of town. Something about some girl living inside, upkeeping it, if you could call it that. Some of the claims relating to the girl's appearance seem very similar to the other accounts. Weird face and dark clothes, I don't know. Hey, the face, is it supposed to be, like, cut up, kind of? Yes? Why? I heard something about it online. Huh, me too. I also heard a conflicting story, but I don't think it's true. Anyways, I do think it's weird that people are spreading stuff about that old house, considering only 2 out of 10 carcasses. You really call the body carcasses? Anyway, were found there. I don't know. I just think stuff like that's weird. Wouldn't they be talking about our school considering considering everyone killed there was either a student or related to one? Yeah, that's definitely been bugging me. Hey, why are they talking about the school being related? That brings us to yesterday. The strangest thing happened yesterday, Rain. Do you want to hear about it? I do. Well, Lorelei was at work, and I had some sort of urge to investigate, kind of. The cops had stopped patrolling the abandoned house, so I decided to go there, but the house wasn't where my sights were set. I had my sights set on the park. I'd realized how close it was to the house. I was looking for the abandoned structure Lorelei had mentioned to me. I'd been thinking, if I searched the whole park, the woods, everything, and I didn't find some sort of remnants of the concrete structure, then maybe she had been talking about the house. I don't know why I thought this. I don't know why I'm thinking this way. But Lorelei seemed so uncomfortable with any discussion of the stuff going on. There's no reason for me to be doubting Lorelei or thinking about her being involved, but something about what she told me, it sort of, I don't know, made me think that something more was going on with that house, especially with the dream. The park and the house are in the same area. I can't remember who the house belonged to. But maybe, if she had some sort of childhood experience with it, and maybe that's why that spider lily man was trying to tell me. Rain, that man was real. He was real. Want to know how I know? I was being followed, Rain. I was being followed by someone wearing a mask and a black hoodie. Someone who caused the same headache. Someone who carried the same rotten stench. The same moths. The whole way through the park. And I brought self-defense. I brought a knife with me from Lorelei's kitchen. So when I was in a position where I'd have the advantage, I turned around and faced the figure, taking the knife from my bag and pointing it in their direction. Get away from me. Now. Go home, and if you get anywhere near me, I'll kill you. The figure took another step closer, the clouds of the sky shifting ever so slightly, and I saw the figure's face. Rain, I don't know where to begin with how I felt. I felt so sick. So confused. Wait, is there a tornado outside?
Right now, yes. You didn't hear me run through the house in a tornado?
No, there's a tornado. Okay, there's a tornado right now. Oh, can I show that picture on the stream real quick? Yeah. So guys, there's a tornado happening right now outside. This is yeah, there's a tornado coming down right there. I'm gonna, I'm gonna, I'm gonna keep the stream going. Just know that I'm gonna go look at it. I'm gonna bring my phone. I'm gonna go record this tornado, and I'm gonna come back. I'm not crazy. Yeah. Okay, sorry about that. Sorry about that delay. The tornado is past us now, and the warning has been lifted. I got some drinks. Let's continue Reinhardt Quest. That was scary. Okay. Yeah. Sorry for that. Like 5 minute just nothingness there. Yeah, that was a tornado. Anyway. Okay. So where were we? Yeah. I felt so sick, so confused. My headache worsened. The saltwater feeling returned to my stomach, and the flavor in my mouth. It was so bad, Rain. It's Alex. Olive. Oh, what the heck? If it hadn't been anyone else but me, they'd have thought you were the killer. Relax with the self-incrimination, okay? Alex? Alex lowered his hood. Yeah, sorry you had to find out this way. I was gonna tell you eventually, honestly, just... Lorelei's always a bit too close to do that safely. I was too stunned to speak. So, like, I'll probably, Yikes, okay, this is awkward. Can you put the knife down, babes? I slowly nodded and put the knife back into my bag. I know this is totally weird for you, Olive, but I can explain. Are you willing to hear me out? I don't know. I had to stomach through the terrible feeling he gave off. It's not the weirdest thing that's happened so far, or it might be, actually. Sorry, I'll listen. Cool, great even. Come to Allison's house at noon on Monday. You don't go to school anymore anyways, do you? So you'll have the time. How do you... Anyways, I've got to go. Eves and I have some errands to tend to. Alex put his hood back on and walked off, waving goodbye. And I was left to stand there and think. I walked around aimlessly for maybe another hour or so, trying to process what had happened. Eventually, I got tired and went home. I don't know what to make of it. I still don't. Yeah, isn't Alex dead? It was so much so quickly. Unreasonable. Why was all this happening? Why is all of this happening? Why me? Why us, Rain? We're so young. I made it inside safely. Lorelei was there. What Alex said, it stuck with me, but... Olive, where were you? I was so worried, dude. I couldn't help but fall into her arms, sobbing. I couldn't bring myself to tell her any of what happened. Maybe I'll have the courage to sometime soon, but not yet. You seem to be very comfortable around Lorelei, but at the same time, I feel as though you aren't. You love Lorelei, right, Olive? I try to. Lucille and Harmonia find themselves in Harmonia's kitchen, or at least something that looks a lot like it. The sliding glass door and window displays the unusual outside display, but the sky but the sky is a dark blue, much like a cold October night before the world ended. Harmonia can see the rest of her house as well. At least, that's what she could see from the kitchen. But it looks like it did before the apocalypse, right before. Harmonia's eyebrows narrow. What is this? This place doesn't exist anymore. Lucille looks vaguely confused as well. I'm unsure, actually. Like, yeah, last time we saw Harmonia, she was, like, stuck in the underground sewers. How did you get up here? Like, did you just teleport with Lucille? And why does Lucille look so much more normal than usual? What happened? Oh, she has a Blossom shirt. I love that. Adorable. Well, she attempts to teleport. Blue distortion appearing around her, but crackling away slowly. Lucille would have typically been able to teleport due to her nature as a droman, or in simpler terms, a dreamwalker. Harmonia narrows her eyes and tries to teleport home as well. A light bulb breaks, but past that, nothing. Which is odd, because usually she could teleport as well, due to her nature as a demon of gluttony. Lucille walks over to a broken piece of the bulb, lifting them up to the light. Her hands begin to glow as the light bulb returns to its unbroken state. You should be more careful when teleporting. It's easy to avoid stuff like that when you practice. Harmonia crosses her arms. I doubt that. It's a gluttony demon thing. Is it? Huh. She shrugs silently and tries to leave from the sliding glass door, but opening it just leads to the front door. Okay, derivative, but okay. She closes the sliding glass door. Harmonia takes out her phone, trying to see if she can text Claire or Orpheus, but no services will allow her to post or send messages. She groans and looks to Lucille. Is this when the reset happened? I feel like it might be. Try a window. Lucille does so, trying to break a window, but it doesn't even crack. Harmonia huffs and does a quick look through the immediate rooms for anything useful, but it's just everything that was in her house the day before the world ended. Huh, it's like a reset. That's crazy. She returns to the kitchen. I really don't like this. I don't have many good things to say about it either. Lucille sighs, sitting at the table. Harmonia does the same, taking a moment to take it all in. The house felt nostalgic, like this, a place where she truly felt safe, before everything changed. She looks to the table, unmarked by the thrall's claws. Then her eyes drift to the place of her mouth. Wait, mouth. Then her eyes just sink down. A little bit distracted by the tornado earlier. That was a shock. Anyway, then her eyes drift to the picture of her mother, her grandmother, and herself. How many times had she sat at this table? How had she come to feel like a stranger in her own home? So much she couldn't even... so much that she couldn't even live there anymore. I miss my home. Lucille exhales softly, tapping one finger against the table. I feel that. Reminds me of Jessica's old house, honestly. Very similar kitchen setup, aside from the door. Hers was a regular wooden door, with some of the paint chipping off once outside. Yeah. I miss my home was mine, not a bunch of other people's. I can relate. The church? Nah, I actually like those guys. A while back, I had a situation a little similar to yours. A bunch of lowlifes coming up and going from my home as they pleased. Obviously, my experience wasn't as bad, because yours ended up staying. Lucille gives a soft chuckle. Oh. I mean, I invited them, so it's my fault. Maybe if we had stayed at the old church, things would have been a little better. Maybe. I don't know. I'm a little glad you didn't. The place is screwed up when it comes to architecture. Go through the wrong door, aimed up halfway to Poland. I don't know. Maybe you could have used the same houses around your neighborhood. Safety in numbers, but not overcrowded, you know? Yeah, guess so. Any idea what would want us here? Realistically, I'd say it's a Droman domain that just happened to get caught up in, but I doubt it. This doesn't feel like a domain. Yeah, plus we wouldn't be able to teleport out. Harmonia gets up, trailing over to the living room, and plopping onto the couch. Lucille follows. Maybe this is a dream. Maybe, but I don't usually dream like this. My dreams are a lot more like memories, I guess. I don't know. Fair enough. Since we seem to have time, want to share any? Lucille sits on the couch next to her, a comfortable distance away. Despite being in the same somewhat stressful situation, she knows how Harmonia may think of her still. She's considered a villain by most, and is treated like it. She doesn't want to attempt to get too close. Well... relatable story. I'm not kidding. A few nights ago, I had a dream where I was Jessica again. Oh yeah, I forgot. I was in a dirty bathroom stall, I believe at the school she went to. I had a massive gash in my thigh, and I was fitting something inside it, like right next to the bone. I ended up sewing up the wound and limped back to class. It hurt a lot. I could feel it when I woke up. You have any weird dreams? Ouch, that sounds... Ow. She winces at the idea, but then nods. Yeah, one in specific that's making me think a bit. It was comforting in a way. Oh, it's that same room, isn't it? I was holding a baby, and she was the entire world to me. I knew she was mine, that I had made her. The love I had for her is nothing I've ever experienced before, not even with Claire. She even had a little antenna, fluffy like a moth. She giggled when I touched them. It feels weird that she's not real, like a hole in me that needs to be filled. I had never noticed it before, but now I feel it all the time, like I'm not complete without her. That sounds really nice. I hope the dream comes true for you. Why are you being so normal? I've got no reason not to be. They're usually not normal. It's performative. People want a villain for me, so they get one. It's a little tiring at times. That sounds like an excuse. I mean, you practically forced me to be your executioner. You can't hide behind me, wanting you to be a villain for that. I just need an executioner. I got a replacement for you. By the way, so hence why I haven't asked in like almost a year. Like I said, it gets tiring. Oh, fair enough. Lucille nods. So, she slowly drums her hand on her knees. Do you think the TV works? Want to find out? Sure. Do you know where the remote is? Yeah. If it does, it's gonna be weird. Otherworld TV. Harmonia grabs the remote and turns the TV on. The screen displays a pulsating mass of flesh. Okay, this is not the normal world. Images and text flashing and scroll over it. Mostly stuff having to do with Claire and Sarath. What? Right? That's odd. Try changing the channel? She does. The channel is changed to a news station. The camera quality is bad. The room is a grimy off-white, and the new speaker's face is horribly contorted. The news broadcast seems to be about how to identify Sarath. Yeah, that dude has a mouth on the side of his head. Various images of people Harmonia and Lucille know as Roxy and Claire seem to pop up, along with the glossy, realistic, and gory artistic depictions of their bodies mixed and sewn together. Some of them are so detailed, they seem generated by AI. One image in specific depicts Roxy with Claire's features and clothes standing with Harmonia. Another depicts Claire with Roxy's features and clothes, spitting up impurity onto Orpheus, breathing heaven fire on them. Ah, you don't have any of those substances yet, do you? Convalescent. You'll remember soon enough. The things that fuel monsters. Harmonia quickly changes the channel again. It's a recording of a concert, seemingly in honor of Claire. A massive statue of her can be seen in the background, and it looks like it's at the Church of the Raindrops. Claire has much longer hair and is wearing more royal-looking clothes than the statue, sapphires in place of her eyes. Harmonia looks visibly uncomfortable, changing the station again. Yeah, you're like in the world between worlds, my guys. You ought to stay here. You can get a lot of answers. It's a recording from her phone. It's Roxy, sitting in a dirty bathroom stall, sewing up her leg. Occasionally, the area around her face glitches, and Lucille's arms or Claire's face is deep-faked onto hers. Harmonia turns off the TV. That was really weird, huh? Yeah. Harmonia puts her remote back and sighs, grabbing a blanket and wrapping herself in it. Maybe we should keep trying to escape. I think it's worth a shot. Still haven't tried the front door or the other windows. Lucille stands up. Want to stay here while I try? Nah, I'll help. Harmonia gets up and tries to summon her sword in her hand. It doesn't work. Not this time. Not here. It worked in the concrete maze, but not here. She huffs and tries to punch the front window, but it doesn't crack, or break at all. Lucille tries leaving through the front door, but it just leads to the sliding glass door in the kitchen. Harmonia grabs a knife from the kitchen and tries stabbing a window. The knife just slides off the window, causing Harmonia to slightly come off balance. Be careful. Harmonia yells out in frustration, putting down the knife and starting to repeatedly punch the window to try and break it. Seems unreasonably stable for a window. You may want to save some energy just in case. If this is a drone domain, we have to be ready for the landlord to come home. Harmonia stops, taking deep breaths. Fair point. But why would their domain be my house and whatever was on the TV? Maybe a really weird worshiper of Sarath. Some of those guys give me the freaking heebie-jeebies. Yeah, maybe. Do you think this was on purpose? What do you mean? Like, do you think we were captured on purpose because we both have a personal connection to Sarath? Possibly? I don't know why they captured me, though. Like, I know why, I'm Sarath, but I'm not as Sarath as Claire is. Does that make sense? Harmonia looks at Lucille, confusion on her face. Wait, what? There's always at least one person capable of becoming Sarath, alive at any given moment. There's currently 3 that I know of, Claire, Roxy, and myself. Claire, through a series of several events, became the main vessel for Sarath. The individual meant to be her. If she didn't, I'd be Sarath. If neither of us, it'd be Roxy. Lucille sighs, sitting back down on the couch. It's really complicated. Yeah. Harmonia also sits down. How does that work? Like, why you and Roxy? I mean, I get Claire becomes Sarath because she was made from her, but like, huh? I don't know. When I learned it, I took the moniker and ran, I guess. It's why deity and death existed. And it's why raindrops existed. Or exists. I'm Sarath. These people should worship me, I guess. I feed on their obsession. I don't know. Harmonia blinks. I see. This is a lot. She puts her head in her hands. So you wanted to be Sarath, to be her main vessel. Yeah, I suppose. I don't know. I'm glad Claire got the opportunity, really. It's not as much as her being the vessel, it's more so being her. Everyone's Sarath. But Claire is Sarath in her fullest form. Claire is the perfect human. And that's why the world didn't end back in July. I see. She's the perfect human. How does that work? Like, what does that mean? It means that she perfectly aligns with Sarath, especially with her nature of being a rose-generated soul. She just always was Sarath. Sarath is Rose. Oh, okay. That's new. Claire was just her using it to inhabit a human host. Sarath wouldn't just choose anybody. She chose something closest to her. She's been with Claire since before you met her. That makes sense, I think. So, how do you feel knowing that you caused her existence? Well, it allowed the world to prosper a little longer, so that makes me glad. Fair. Harmonia yawns a bit, checking to see if her phone was tracking a time. It just says 00:00:00. Has for a bit now. All her notifications are working, but attempts to post anywhere are fruitless. Great, can't even tell the time. She goes to her clock app, starting a stopwatch to see if that could track the time. Every 5 seconds, it restarts itself again. I feel like that'll drive us crazy quicker. Maybe that's the point of this place. Harmonia pauses, looking at the remote, debating if she wants to brave the TV. Lucille catches where Harmonia is looking. Do you really want to? I don't know, might give us some answers? Maybe, if you want to, go ahead. I don't mind either way. Harmonia takes a deep breath and turns the TV back on. It's the recording from before, of the girl stitching up her leg, but now it's Claire, with Lucille's face deep faked onto hers. She goes to the next channel. It's a recording of Harmonia standing over a seemingly unconscious Claire, who lays in a puddle of water in a woodsy area. Claire's holding various flowers. Nothing happens for a while. Eventually, Harmonia falls into the puddle with Claire. Claire seems to sink, and Harmonia rolls over into the position Claire was in before. She goes to the next channel. It's a show, styled like some sort of podcast, except the two people talking are rapidly falling apart and rotting. They're having an in-depth discussion on the similarities and differences of the anatomies of Roxy, Claire, and Lucille's bodies, and how structurally they're nearly the same, which isn't true, but they do mention a lot involving brain structure. As she flips through the channels, she finds that most of them are just similar stuff in a different format, discussing of how Roxy, Claire, and Lucille could potentially be one and the same, regurgitated in different ways. Though they also have this weird buzzing in the background, different frequencies mixing together at times. It's a little weird. After a bit, Harmonia turns it off and curls up on the couch. I'm a bit tired. Yeah, I can see why. I'm a bit tired as well. You have a guest room, right? Harmonia nods. Cool. Lucille points to a door in the hall. That one, right? Yeah. Cool. So you know where to find me if you need me then. Lucille heads to the guest room, shutting the door behind her, presumably to head to sleep. Harmonia gives her a thumbs up and heads to her own room, collapsing on her old bed. She stares at the ceiling and ponders. Why were they stuck here? Why them specifically? And why her old house? She had a lot of questions with no answers. She sighs, taking a deep breath and eventually drifting off to sleep. Sarath. Love? Melania. That's one just died. Excuse me? Melania, dear. Whoa, whoa, whoa. So the lady from the church is Sarath? Like, straight up? That explains the two eye colors. What the heck? I'm not disappointed with you, just confused. You made yourself such a target constantly. Why? To appeal to others? This is like the end game. Their afterlife's like an end game where you meet up like backstage after life. Tears begin to flow from player 004's eyes. Faced with the game master she'd become a pawn of. So life is just a game for Sarath, like literally. Faced with someone she admired for their beauty and wisdom, and she had failed them. Melanie, you need to put yourself first next time, okay? This is based on the idea of reincarnation, where after you die, you go back and you meet the person who's like running it, and you have a talk with them. Like there's a It is reincarnation. Sarath being the deity, because some people believe that we are like the child of a deity, and they split us up into a bunch of pieces and send us into life to learn basically how to become a deity, like to perfect ourselves, to learn all the life lessons, to become as perfect as them. And that when we die, the piece goes back to the original deity, and we commune with them, and they tell us how we did and stuff, what we still need to learn, and then they send us back to be perfected, basically. That's what's going on here. That's what's going on with Sarath. That's crazy. So the game is life, like literally. And these are the reincarnation cycles. At least that's what it's mimicking. But I mean, maybe in a digital sense, since Sarath seems to be Rose, which is a computer program. Is this the computer's version of reincarnation? That's wild. That's real wild. I'll jump into chat for a second. The egg theory, yeah. Yeah, the tornado's gone. We're fine. There was a tornado, though. You all saw the freaking picture. That was nuts. Spider Lily got mad, so we said, yeah, Spider Lily got mad, said tornado. It's exactly what happened. It's a sign. For sure. Some of the games have choices. This one's just reading, by the way. Alright, anyway. Messy things didn't need to be said beautifully. When the curtains closed and the lights in the theater are off, you don't need to act anymore. Okay, Melanie? Player 4 nodded shakily, unable to respond verbally through her tears. Yeah, it's the egg thing, like we're the egg and we're incubating to hatch and become the deity. Anyway. Come here, love. You can go home now. It's wild. Like the earth is our egg we're gonna hatch from. Whoa, 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 whoa. That was awesome move, Mooney. It didn't last as long as I anticipated, but it worked out, Spider Lily says. I can't wait to... Okay, so this is the Sun and Moon right here. She just called him Mooney. That's the moon, which is like the father or something. And then Sarath is the sun, the mother, and that's why she's wearing the freaking hexagram, which represents the sun. I can't wait to see you... I can't wait to see you top that on your next turn. So it's like these two are playing in the game. It's like they're playing chess with people. Do you really think he'd be able to? Old man can't win a game to save his life. So Rain's a player then, like an intermediator? Is he like the ref? Is Rain the ref? I wouldn't count on that line of thinking. He can be very smart when he's allowed to think, and your rules allow for that. Keep talking, son of man. You're both already lost multiple pieces. All of mine are still intact. Or is that the devil, basically? Is it the devil and the deity? And he's the intermediator in between? Totally unfair, by the way. Melanie's a crappy piece anyways. So now I see why none of you ever wanted to pick her. All she does is moan and whine about my gifts to humanity. Maybe you should stop wasting your time on that pathetic species. Make them into something more like I do. Yawn, boring, tomato, tomato. Tomato, tomato, yeah. It's my turn again, so let's keep this ball moving. Are you ready, 000? So he's the third player then. I am. So that was her apology. Well, that revealed a frickin' lot. So this has been a three-way game between Rain, Sarath, and Spider Lily this whole time. I don't think it's the Demiurge situation. I don't think it's agnosticism. I think this is a very twisted version of Abrahamic and reincarnation, the egg theory, like they were saying. It's that we're a child deity being formed. But they made it into a game for some reason. That's the part that's still not quite fitting. Why is it a game to them? Alright, well, only one thing to do. Let's continue. So that was the game. Now let's head back into the posts. Alright, so we just did around the bend. We did Zoe's World. There's no 11 February. So next is Hymenothicalis Littoralis. I said that totally wrong. Entry 26. Thank you all for the support. Number 8. Interesting. Let's see what's going on. Hello. You know what's making me think of now? The Watchers. The Watchers in the sky. Like the sun and the moon are watching what's going on Earth, and they're the game players. Does that mean that rain represents the Earth itself? What would rain represent in that? Because sun and the moon are like the celestial bodies around the Earth. What is rain in that sense? Had to be the Earth, right? Yeah, he's literally the boogeyman. Crap, I did miss something. Okay, I gotta turn this up.
Just as well. I know just as well as you do how much you love that other piece of mine. How much you crave him. It's pathetic. I know it makes you detest romance. The very thought of it. The very thought of any attraction whatsoever. Any desire. Is there any room left within that skull of yours for desire at all? Maybe that's what drove you to the edge. What led me into the deepest crevices of your precious, precious mind. Seeing the cue and his stick together. Desiring.
Is the person in Sarah?
It shattered you, didn't it?
Oh, like the Anunnaki?
Desire. You can't handle that, can you?
Like the spirits?
Poor, poor thing. If only you could still desire. My desire, after all, is to end your suffering. Did you know that, Sarah? And to do that, I need your help.
Season 2 finale coming soon. So, what that tells me, now that I think about it, this is the battle between good and evil. That's what the game is. The game is like the devil versus the god in this situation. And the way they're battling is not with swords and armies, but through a game of humanity. Humanity, what's going on Earth, is the battle between good and evil. They're fighting through us as the pawns in their game. That's what that tells me. That's what that tells me. All right. Next is Zoe's World, number 13, Ides of March. A 10th murder occurred. An arrest was made, but the police haven't released the identity of the person arrested, nor the victim, but it was confirmed to be part of the Roman murders. In all honesty, I'm surprised. Both that it took this long and that they made an arrest to begin with. I'm also worried. My friend, Sarah, went missing recently. It's really concerning because she was sick, really sick. Some sort of blood cancer, I believe, and she just vanished. No one saw her go anywhere, and she's just gone. I'm afraid she may be the victim, but I don't guess it's all of. Okay, let's pause for a second. I guess it's not all of humanity, but just these people that they're playing with, these murderers, the people that keep getting killed and then brought back. They're the pawns in the battle between good and evil game. That's what it seems like. But anyway, back to the reading. All right, I'm afraid she may be the victim, but there's still part of me that thinks of an alternative that's somehow worse. I'm writing all of this as the news is airing. They're showing interviews from family members of the victims. Adam Bright, Adrian's father, is planning to hold another candlelight vigil at the church. I'll be attending. All these events this week don't seem to add up with what I've noticed previously. What about Andrew? What about my stalker? I haven't seen the figure following me in a while. I haven't heard any updates on the Andrew case either. Why were Cassidy and Allison skulking around the church on Christmas? I know, it's all connected, but it's not working in my brain. I can't piece it together, and it's frustrating. I know it's all connected. I just can't figure out how. I've been hearing rumors recently about the local therapist, Rain Evans. I didn't set it back to the right thing. No, that's not the right thing. We're good. Rain Evans. People are saying they've seen him wandering in the woods. I don't know what to make of it. I've also heard rumors about some wild monster running around the woods, but again, that just doesn't make sense. None of it makes sense. But something... Wait a minute. They just said that everyone's Sarath. Another break, another pause. They said that everyone's Sarath, which means the battle for good and evil is actually Sarath versus Spider Lily. Sarath being all the humans. Spider Lily being all the demons and monsters, maybe? But if Rain's the third player, who is Rain in the split? Who all represents Rain? Who all is part of Rain? Who all is... Or is it just Rain himself in there? Because, I mean, Rain's actually in this world. So Rain's not split. Rain's just a single player. It seems like Spider Lily might be a single player. And then Sarath's multiple. For some reason. Maybe because she's more complex because she's an actual deity. Anyway. Unpause. But it doesn't make sense to me. I have a memory of someone. Someone no one else remembers. I vividly remember this person. I have a lot of memories about him. But no one I ask seems to know who Oleander Andrews is. No one seems to remember him. Not even Eves nor Sarah. I asked Eves because I know Alex was close to Oleander. And the same reason for asking Sarah. I know, for a fact, she was close to him. I'm starting to think something else is going on in this town because if it wasn't evident before, something is very, very wrong. Next is culprit identified. Unreleased information, updates on the case. And it is a video. It's on the actual Kawaii Nico-chan Lily channel. We're going to go ahead and open up this link. See, be careful. Alright, let's see what happened.
Hello, and welcome back to Nevada Nightmares. I'm your host, Zoe, and today we'll be talking about the Roman murders once again. Recently, the 10th murder has occurred and an arrest has been made. The victim's identity has been released, 19-year-old Delilah Clementine. She had a gunshot wound in the skull and an X carved into her back. The perpetrator's hair was found on the corpse, and the corpse was found on the perpetrator's property in plain sight. Sort of careless on their part, yeah? The perpetrator's identity has not yet been released. And if you've been keeping up with my blog, link in description, you'll know that my friend Sarah Inunaki has gone missing recently. As of writing and posting, she is still missing. I do wonder if she's a victim of the Roman murders, as much as that pains me to think, but she went missing before victim 10 was found, so she'd have to be...
Wait 1 second, I'm going to turn this up. Let's see, I should be able to from here. Yeah, here we go. This would be desktop audio. Let's turn it up by... I don't know how loud it's going to be, so bear with me. I'm going to turn it by 4 decibels and see what happens. Go back just a little bit.
You'll know that my friend Sarah Inunaki has gone missing recently.
No, it's still super
As
quiet.
of writing and posting, she is still missing. I do wonder if she's a victim of the Roman murders, as much as that pains me to think, but she went missing before victim 10 was found, so she'd have to be 11. And victim 10 was found hours after her death, so I do have my doubts. In the next video, I will be going to the woods and searching for anything that could possibly present leads. Stay tuned.
Alright, I'm gonna replay that one. I'm gonna try to get the audio a little bit louder. Again, it shows something at the end. I'm gonna turn it up to 200%. See what happens.
Nightmares. I'm your host Zoe, and today we'll be talking about the Roman murders once
Is
again.
it louder?
Recently, the 10th murder has occurred and an arrest has been made. The victim's identity has been released. 19-year-old Delilah Clementine. She had a gunshot carved into her back. The perpetrator's hair was found on the corpse, and the corpse was found on the perpetrator's property in plain sight. Sort of careless on their part, yeah? The perpetrator's identity has not yet been released. And if you've been keeping up with my blog, link in description, you'll know that my friend Sarah Inunaki has gone missing recently. As of writing and posting, she is still missing. I do wonder if she's a victim of the Roman murders, as much as that pains me to think, but she went missing before victim 10 was found, so she'd have to be 11. And victim 10 was found hours after her death, so I do have my doubts. In the next video, I will be going to the woods and searching for anything that could possibly present leads. Stay tuned.
Okay, so one more time, just to confirm that the audio is good. We good now?
Hello, and
Why is it
welcome
not
back
showing
to
the chat?
Nevada Nightmares. I'm your host, Zoe, and today we'll be talking about the Roman murders once again. Recently, the 10th murder has occurred and an arrest has been made. The victim's identity has been released. 19-year-old Delilah Clementine. She had a gunshot wound in the skull and an X carved into her back. The perpetrator's hair was found on the corpse, and the corpse was found on the perpetrator's property in plain sight. Sort of careless on their part, yeah? The perpetrator's identity has not yet been released. And if you've been keeping up with my blog, link in description, you'll know that my friend Sarah Inunaki has gone missing recently. As of writing and posting, she is still missing. I do wonder if she's a victim of the Roman murders, as much as that pains me to think, but she went missing before victim 10 was found, so she'd have to be 11. And victim 10 was found hours after her death, so I do have my doubts. In the next video, I will be going to the woods and searching for anything that could possibly present leads. Stay tuned.
Okay, so we're just gonna go in the woods. Alright, anyway. I think we can hear it okay now. It should be good enough. I turned it up to 500%, so it should be alright. Alright. Next. This is Zoe Ward's blog that I clicked from there. Okay, this is just the actual blog. That's Zoe, by the way, the one that was in that video. Alright, culprit identified. Next is the Jessica homepage. Deity and Death Gang. Oh, hello, music. This may be super loud now because I've changed decibels. 1 second. Back to 100%. Turn that down for a second. That was really loud. Okay. Okay. I'm Roxy, and the webmaster of this website. But okay, what is Deity and Death? Stellar question. Deity and Death is like the group dedicated to screwing with this book. Okay, new link. And our co-founder Rain, when he was like 3 years old. And figure out the secrets behind it. Awesome. Me, Roxy, screwing around with Rain's PC. Also, yes, it's 2019, but we screw with Polaroids in this house. I forgot to make the BG on that one transparent. Oops, the background. There's a list. Our most notable members: Jessica A. Lawson and Rain Evans, our leaders. Roxy Meadows, me, the webmaster and thirdish in command. Allison Ryan, she's finally back from the psych ward. Molly Lucas has connections probably. IDK, it can drive and none of us. IDK, it can drive and none of us can. Roxy and Allison on Jessica's futon. The song is called Taco Bell. Well, that's perfect. Taco Bell. That's amazing. Alright, so that was that. And then we got a page called Rose. Rose, the weirdest project ever. Okay, second page in... Oh, let me turn that back up. I'll turn this all the way down. Okay. Second page in, and the burning text is starting to hurt my wee little eyes. Reality of the Fool. Okay, so reality is a lot like, well, way more complex than you probably think it is. Like there's, I don't know how to describe it, layers of reality, I guess? According to this book, we live in a world called the second veil of reality, but it also calls it the Fool's world, and relates it to the tarot card of the Fool. As implied, there are multiple veils of reality, all wrapped around a cluster of unused matter in the center called Absolute Zero, which is a cluster of unused matter in which divinity is found. It's a little weird, yeah, you think? So it just keeps going outward. Absolute Zero is where deity is. We are here. Super awesome diagram. Pretend this is in the fire text. Diagram owned by Roxanne Meadows. Do not copy. Do not repost. This is my original work and is protected by copyright laws. Okay. Do you like my diagram? Do not tell me if you don't. I will cry. And it will be ugly. And you will feel bad. 53 and the magical world. Now I say we're in the second veil of reality, yeah. You may be wondering, what about the first? Our book speaks of the first veil as a magical world in which divinity can be found. So basically the Feywilds. And it can help improve the body, mind, and soul. Self-improvement is a goal for most people, which brings us to the number 53. 53 is an angel number, which relates to focusing on the improvement of goals of oneself. That explains why in Gorillas they use 53 a lot, because Murdoch's trying to basically just improve himself and get more stuff. Anyway, that's noted for something else. To help reshape the body, mind, and soul. I wonder where we've heard that before. Earlier in this paragraph. That being said, our goal is to make our way to the magical world, somehow. It's a little complicated, but Jessica says she's found a way, involving something called a dreamwalker. Dreamwalkers, according to Jessica, are creatures born from elements that have been here longer than the universe, that humans cannot feasibly harness, and so scientists have been taught to ignore them or something. So, the Fae. Something to do with the Vatican as well, but I forgot. Anyways, Dreamwalkers have an ability to make pockets between the veils of reality, as well as travel between them. So that's something to look forward to. Interesting. I wonder if this world being in the second veil, I wonder if we're in like the third or fourth veil because we have less magical stuff. Or if we're actual us is in the second veil. I do not know. But that is really interesting. Alright. Anemoia Solutions, Len. Anemoia, by the way, means like to give up some divinity to become mortal, basically. I think. Mycelium is the connective tissues that are basically the brain cells of fungi. Mycelium optimized lobectomy, dependent labored Yggdrasil, which is the tree of life, neural network. This is a very happy person. Hello, I'm here to make lots of friends and hopefully connect with you. The pic above is my recollection of what Lynn looked like. But she's an angel now. And that angel is me. Hello. I go by a lot of names. Some people call me Lynn. Some call me Satako. Or Lambda Delta. Because I like those characters. Andrew says I'm a Lamasu. But I don't like being called that. From what I've learned on the internet, I'm a Hikikimori, I guess. If Lynn's memory served correctly in my own research, I can never leave anyways. Hello. Anyways. Do you have religious fears, inability to relax, struggling with self-punishment and violent urges, or obsessive thoughts and compulsive behaviors? Well, maybe you just need a little magic. That's not normal. Alright. Page source, nothing hidden here. Alright. Moldlin. Alright. Play solutions. Andrew. My tomb, not yours. This is my tomb. In a screwed, completely crazy twist of events, the prophet of the apocalypse has abandoned us. No records of her existence past June 6th of 2019. She's Gone. Where did she go? Allison is so disappointed. You abandoned us, Jessica. Can humanity still fulfill its desires? It's all about desires with them. It's all about desires. Anyway. Alright, so that was Andrew. Next is Jessica Logs. Jessica Logs. 0, Jessica. Though I heard screaming last night, after about an hour of frozen listening, I realized it wasn't human. A quick flashback to a top 10 video I once made me believe it was just a cougar. Okay. They must have moved into They must have moved into closer to the city. I'm not sure if I'm relieved or disappointed, but twixt the feeling of fear I had a small glimmer of hope that someone else was here. Number 2. I've started staying in my room after I got home from school every day. It's led to mostly boredom, aside from riveting adventures to the kitchen to gather food. My arms felt tired today. Just my arms. They hurt to move. Another day, another person attached to the parasocial of the messages they've shared with me. It doesn't matter much. Things usually don't. Not yet, at least. I sat them in my kitchen, said the usual answer to questions like I did with the last. It'd be no issue letting people like that into my home. The equipment on the table sat there. I'm gonna do like this. Just sat there. All of it cleaned properly. I knew what I was doing. I hadn't taken classes, but I'd watched tutorials on YouTube and taught myself by using my own body. Of course, it did hurt for a while, but after a bit, it became numb. The same as usual. The lady sitting at my kitchen table that day knew the last man who'd come in, worked under him, I believe. I'd rather not get into specifics about her, though. She doesn't matter much. Not yet. She'll fulfill her purpose. I picked up one of those numbing agents and applied it to the woman's brown skin. Clean shaven. I then made sure I had everything prepared, continuing to check on her skin, preparing myself. I'd done this hundreds of times by now, but it was still somewhat nerve-wracking. I never liked having strangers in my home, but she thought we were friends. I began tattooing the symbol onto her skin, making idle conversation. It was definitely hurting her, but she wasn't complaining. We talked about the end of the world. Next. I've heard of people going mad in solitary confinement. I wonder if the same effect would have happened if they only had a television. Today I watched a whole season of How I Met Your Mother, and even though I barely moved for upward of 6 hours, I felt refreshed afterwards. Like a sim whose social bar went up. I used to have stints where I'd stay home for a few days without leaving the apartment, but I always had my computer, a TV, my phone. Maybe just simulating human interaction is enough. Yeah, simulating human interaction is never enough, sorry. I may think it is, but it's just not. It feels almost wistful to not have to worry about the opinions of others. I don't have a skin care routine anymore, but no one will care if my face is clear. My hair grew long enough to bother me, and I just cut it off to my comfort level. No style, no shape, just there. It was hot yesterday, and I tried to go out with nothing on. This lasted a total of 8 minutes before phantom embarrassment got the better of me. I wonder if this is just what Adam and Eve felt like right after they ate the apple. Jessica. Number 3. I had a weird dream again. It started off using a computer to play a rudimentary version of Minecraft. It had the original graphics, but some of the newer additions with the style of the old graphics. I'm unsure when the switch happened, but suddenly I stopped playing and found myself in a small farm next to a hill with a door on the side. Upon entering the door, I was met with a larger room and some halls branching off. The biggest hall being to the left, immediately adjacent to the door. Going down it, I was met with a right turn that led to a big open room with rusty, bloody walls and so many corpses I couldn't see the end. I subconsciously figured this was a human farm. I ripped some flesh off of one of the corpses to cook and eat for later. I went back out to the main room. There were some people who were congregated. The people who ran the human farm came in from the front door, making a bit of a commotion as they entered, but otherwise left to the human farm without a word. They shortly left. I went outside to cook myself some of the flesh. It tasted okay. I figured it was our only source of meat, so I went back for more later. Something happened, and people were talking about the human farm attendants as I got back. Apparently someone noticed that the woman leading them had grown fangs. I was vaguely indifferent. When the attendants returned, I had already cut off an ear of a corpse, but I threw it back because I didn't care enough. Some big panic happened, causing everyone to evacuate. We found another hill with a door that would accept our community, but only a portion of it. The rest of us got on a train with the fanged woman attendant and left. There was also the dream before that one that led into another I don't remember that much. I remember I was in a mall, and I was with Rain and an older lady, and someone at the mall food court got mad at me because they messed up my order. Okay. I've taken to making things with little purpose, I suppose. You would call it art. I have an unlimited supply of supplies now. I'm not sure why I'm making them. A part of it feels futile. No one will ever see it. Would it really make a difference if it were here or not? If its purpose is just to entertain, why do I not scrap the parts and use them again like building blocks? I feel oddly sentimental about things that have no value. That made me think super deep thoughts about art. Let's not get into that today. Catacombus Selfless is next. What is this? What is this? What is this? Impurity. Madness is what that is. Alright, nothing hidden in the code. Let's read it. Well, that is concerning. Oh, you've arrived. Not an instant too soon. You can perceive me with your optical receptors, right? Do you have those? So sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. I'll speak a little bit simpler so I don't have to explain. I'm assuming you can read my inner monologue, yes? She shuffles her papers anxiously. Can you see that? Can you? Show a sign of agreement. Was that a yes? I can't tell whether your fluctuating meant yes or no. I attempt to agree again. Whatever the matter is, you seem to understand, so I'm guessing you need me to explain a few things to you, yes? Show your sign of agreement. Ah, you shuffled again. That must mean yes. Oh, where do I commence? I have no clue on what knowledge you have already, so I'll try my best to fill in those unseen gaps. We're able to read people's inner monologue, surprisingly. You also seem to be able to see from every angle, despite being only in one spot visually to everyone else. What else? You also seem to be able to interact with whoever you're watching in some way, whether you'll be there physically or not. You also seem to have a weird omnipresence in this world. But that doesn't concern me. From what I've studied about you, you've been here virtually from the beginning. Maybe even before so. Whatever you're doing in your space-time isn't causing any kind of catalyst, so I have no quarrel if you're watching me or everyone else. Though I will have a problem if you mess up my plans. I don't really know if that upsets you or not, since you seem to have no means of communication between you and anyone here, but that's my only request. If you can follow through, that'd be stellar. Now, on the other hand, I'd expect you to come eventually, although I'm not sure what you can exactly do than a few things. I know you possibly can't communicate. I want you to give me at least some kind of sign. I really need to know this. You're the only one with the ability to even remotely come close enough to providing an answer. You shiver in a mix of fear and anticipation. So, with that said, what is impurity? Okay, next is cyanide. Guessing impurity is the opposite of divinity? Anyway. Protocols. Protocol 1. When it comes to initiating an operation, it is advisable to follow the successive procedures when documenting results with favorable outcomes. Anticipate every conceivable outcome. Proceed with around 20 to 30. Backups procedures. Secure the ideal of Nick's disturbances. Observe all factors and reactions. If protocol fails, you did something wrong. Protocol 2. When working with thriving organisms, it is implored to not befriend the subject. It is a factor to you, not a participant. Whether or not its respiratory system can endure your antics is none of your concern. It is if the subject previously befriended, then you've already made the procedure more difficult. Empathy is often juxtaposed with treachery. Get over it. Protocol 3. When and if the doomsday counter activates, remain at the resting heart rate. No need to become paranoid. Follow Protocol 1 and study the origins of the sudden activation consciously. Conscientiously, yeah. Operations NTS. Operation 21 Atuth. Arrangements to unite the heroes. Unite the heroes through a coincidental arrangement of coordinated events overseen by you. The swifter, the better. So yeah, they're basically, the end of the world is basically a game they're playing. Two dislocated veils are not favorable, so amalgamating the domain is the optimal choice. So just make it seem like they're in the domain, like manifest it there basically, instead of actually bringing them there. That is interesting. Everybody's little deities doing stuff, playing things. That picture is really cool though. Anyway. Let's see. It was next would be reincarnation, followed by treachery. Let's do reincarnation next. Reincarnation is real. A backup of yourself can be restored, and that new you will continue. Maybe it's something they strive for. Oh, picture does lead you somewhere. Before I do that, let's see if there's any source. Yeah, there is. People complain about broken bottles in the sand. They forget that is where the discarded glass came from. What was stolen from the beach was simply returned. They took something natural and burned it and twisted it for the sake of beauty. Then when they were bored, they tossed it out and called it trash. It's painful, dangerous, and no longer of any use to them. But it's still beautiful, and it's right where it belongs. That's an interesting way to look at it. All fields of standard model and gravity are unified as an E8 principal bundle connection. A non-compact real form of the E8 Lie algebra has G2 and F4 subalgebras, which break down to strong, electroweak, gravitational, the frame Higgs, and 3 generations of fermions related to triality. The interactions and dynamics of these one form and Grassmann valued of an E8 superconnection are described by the curvature and actions of a 4-dimensional base manifold. She could very well become an angel if she pleases, although it would mean submitting to her god. Submitting something she is unwilling to do. Alright, nothing hidden there. And it's clickable. I'm completely pacified and devastated. I literally fell, only dust from heaven in my legs. I'm a dream, but I dream about how I am flying. I am flying to the astral plane. Goodbye, friend. I am devastated. I am sleeping. It's just a dream. The autumn air comes through the window. Don't you love that smell, Claire? I do. Who are you two? Who are you? Who are you? Who are you? Who are you? 0127. Oh, come on. One and all due to the apathy. So come on, one and all to see the apathy, the rings of grace dead souls that fill the tapestry. I look to all of you and see a different species, aspiration for a different destination to me. You should all be thanking me. I'll make you all happy. We can all be friends. Everyone will be perfect through Rose. In your opinion, was the book of Revelation written about the events that already transpired, or was it a prediction of things to come? Over and over and over and over and over. The blood, I think it's the same thing over again, isn't it? Yeah, it's exactly the same thing. Okay. The blood on the doorpost will be a sign to mark the houses in which you live. When I see the blood, I will pass over you and will not harm you when I punish the sinners. Don't feed me your lies, witch. I know it's all a game. I know she was never real. The tough act is old Lucille. If there were more, you wouldn't follow the same habits as the rest of the forsaken dead end of the species. I knew that there was a better way. I don't have any questions. Having known about the lineage for quite some time, I also cannot physically help much with this war which you speak of, though I will be here if you can think of anything I can help you out with. Japanese. I think. Chinese? I don't know. Oh, frabjous day, Kalahu Kalahe. Welcome to my arms, my beamish boy. Barely, nearly, dearly. You're wondering why we humans are so obsessed with spicy foods. You're wondering why something that caused so much pain and distress is so enticing. It's a rush. It's a flood of endorphins. It's addictive as sweet, sweet phenylethylamine. Phenylethylamine. It's what your body wants. It's what God wants you to have, my children. The beings we know as angels have their human stage during the planetary evolutions of the solar system. But there are angels who fell behind. These are what one might call the constituent demons. Lucifer was the foremost being who fell from an old moon when the human astral body was being elaborated. He is an angel known as the brother of Christ, who was the potential of an archi. He had not developed his eye on old moon, and he and his this is like going into the we were some kind of super Mormon stuff. Like we were a super species, and then we came to Earth and we're seeding new planets with it and stuff. We're getting into Mormonism now. Anyway, he and his host must accomplish this on Earth through human beings. He has belonged to Earth's evolution since Wait, or is this, or are we talking about the Kabbalah witch stuff? And they believe that all human beings are like pieces of Lucifer. I got a Melanie Martinez thing to get into about that. Anyway, he now developed his eye on the old moon, and he and his host must accomplish this on Earth through human beings. Okay, that's something different. He has belonged to Earth's evolution since Lemurian times, where he attempted the Adam-Eve complex to fall, and thus made the freedom of the human soul possible by way of perception. All dreamy flights of fancy and nebulous mysticism belong to his inspiration. In the human being, microcosmically, this has its reflection in the Abrahamic angels being cast out of the nervous system and into the blood. Talking about like angels in the body in a microcosm, basically. This has the reflection of the Abrahamic angels being cast out of the nervous system into the blood. Okay, now we're talking about like the sacred juices and stuff, like how your spine, like the energies and stuff in your body. We're talking about like chakras, like actual like physical juices that are chakras in your body, like the different bloods and things. Basically, it's this weird system where your whole body is basically the universe and a temple, and like all energies and powers of like mysticism and spirits and stuff is all echoed in the human body through the normal means of doing things and focusing on certain parts of your body and having control of yourself. That's what he's talking about there. That's some intense stuff we're not going to get into today. Anyway, that's why he said the angels being cast out of the nervous system into the blood was basically the angels being cast out of heaven. Basically the same situation. We were told the first beast rises up from the sea. He has 7 heads and 10 crowns. He is given the power of the dragon, his throne and authority, and is a blasphemer against Christ. This beast, Rudolf Steiner tells us, is comprised of human beings who have succumbed to the forces of the dragon. They have become vessels for the elemental beings that serve the dragon on Earth, as the Book of Revelation calls them, locusts. Now we are going to get into that Kabbalah witch stuff, where they believe they're going to fuse with the insect creatures that come out of the bottomless pit as like the batteries for them, basically. See, they become vessels for the elemental beings that serve the dragon on Earth. Locusts. They become vessels for the locusts. But some of the witches actually believe it's the other way around. They're going to occupy some. I don't know if they believe everyone will, but they believe they're going to occupy the locusts to control them like vehicles, basically. Elemental beings that serve the dragon. Anyway, the soul. With the human soul withdrawing more and more from the body is increasingly in danger of being filled with something else. And if human beings are not prepared to take up impulses which can only come from spiritual knowledge, the body will be filled with demonic powers. Humanity is facing a destiny where the body may be filled with, I have trouble saying this, Aramanic demonic powers. So we have to add to what I said yesterday about future development. There will be people in the future who are Tom, Dick, and Harry in ordinary life, which in something determined by social circumstances, but their bodies will be empty to such an extent that a powerful Aramaic spirit can live in them. One will be meeting Aramaic demons. Human beings will not be what they appear to be. The individual person will be deep down inside, and outwardly, one will get a totally different picture. Questions? And there's a clickable. Let's check for source first. I love the lore that they're dipping into for this, by the way. There's so much here. So many deep rabbit holes in this one, for sure. And this leads you back to endorphin therapy, which is the main page. Okay, so we're good for that. Right, that was reincarnation, correct? Yes. Alright, so next is treachery, which was that. And then sun, which is that Sarath page. And then Jeff the Killer, AMV. This is what's next. What is this? Let's just beat that. Did you see that? Wait, are you telling me that Jeff the Killer is freaking better not be? No. Rain is Jeff the Killer Rain? Has Rain been Jeff the Killer this whole time? Please tell me no. Please tell me they're not the same entity. Roxy, if you're still here, please tell me that Rain and Jeff the Killer are not the same. Please. They can't be the same entity. My whole world is shattering. Please tell me they're not the same. Okay, this drink is getting all over my pants. Okay, okay, good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Ooh, you had me scared for a second. You had me scared. Oh my gosh. Your girlfriend's in this one. Interesting. What are we talking about? Lorelai, I don't think so. This is on the Lynn channel, but I don't think Lorelai's in this. It was funny, but it also made me want to die for a second. Just kidding. It was not a happy moment. Okay. And you gotta eat. Hello, creeper. Okay, it's speaking a bunch of weird stuff. I'm gonna go turn it up real quick though before I continue. I just don't want to miss anything. I'm gonna turn it up for you all. Let's turn it back to 500%. And 500%. Okay. Okay, that was super slow motion of something. Let me speed it up. Need twice the speed? No, let's try it. Okay, I think it was backwards. I don't know. Not gonna be able to do that right now. I don't have the software pulled up. I could download it and do that. I will later. Is it backwards? I'm pretty sure it's backwards. Where's the get the captions on? Okay, let's turn the captions on. Maybe it'll tell me. It says to look. Christmas. Look, Christmas you. Look, Christmas you. What does that mean? Look, Christmas you. Yeah, I'm gonna have to save that for later. It isn't too. Yeah, it's a double speed. It's still too slow. I think it's backwards. I don't know. I don't know. We'll come back to that. Alright. That was Jeff the Killer. Now we're on entry number 40, Not So Different. This is on the Kawaii channel, the main channel. Why 3? Why is 3 the symbol now? I guess because the 3 players. Alright, hunger is one of the worst pains one can feel. The loss of the baby you've worked so hard to birth somehow tops it. That's awful. Where did your baby go? Can't you remember? Or did the lobotomy work this time? Well, we're getting to some dark stuff. Conversation between number 7 and number 8. Okay.
I know you're here. You can take off the mask, Sarah. I just want to talk. You and me. You can let go for now, Candlewick.
What do you want from me?
I want to discuss the game at hand, much like how Alex came to talk with me.
Alex?
Uh-huh. He came to talk with me a few days ago to talk about the game and how we can end everyone's suffering. You can help end our suffering, Sarah. You can end your suffering.
How?
I want you to do some killing for me.
No.
His music.
I know
He's
you
killing
won't
me.
comply. That's why I want you and your master to know something. You and Spider Lily will both benefit from killing Yevs, Ellison, and Zoe.
Yevs.
Spider
Zoe.
Lily will have a larger chance of winning our game, and everyone stopping you from being with Alex will be gone, Sarah. Think about it.
I don't want to kill Zoe.
Oh, I'm honestly really glad you brought that up. You're cute. Don't kill her first. Do it in the order I told you. I need
Notice this person
Zachariel's
has
gift
one
if
eye.
I want anything out of this. If you don't comply,
Wait,
I'll
that
just
looks
force
like it.
Alex out of this round. Put him into a situation he can only get out of by breaking a rule, thus eliminating him from our game. You don't want that, do you?
Alex. No.
Okay. Candle neck man. Go back, go back, go back, go back. He did what? Am I still at normal speed? Yeah, okay. He put something in my spine. Mr. Spinal Fluid? Oh, the sacred energies? Okay. The candle neck man. Alright, that's what I thought. Did you know Alex is in the same situation? The exact same. We've heard it from him firsthand. He's in that same exact situation as you. Rotting spine. He has a plan, though. A really, really good plan. Smartest man we know. Not even gonna lie. Do you think you could help us with it? Help him with it? It's a lot of work, and it's very dark and low-key complex. But I trust Alexander, and I trust you, that we can make it work if we want to. Do you know what's going on around you, Sarah? Do you know that you're trapped in a death game, overseen by 4 emotionless gods? So there's 4 players, then. Interesting. Trapped in a death game, overseen by 4 emotionless gods, including the Candle Neck Man. Just watching you suffer and hurt for all of eternity, bringing you back to life, and wiping your memory each time the game is won. Just to play again and again. So they're just doing it for fun? Are you kidding me? He wants to end it, Sarah. We want to end it, and free all of you. What that means, though, is that we have to play along with what these 4 beasts want from us. We need you to kill. If it's Revelation, are we talking about like the false prophet, Antichrist, the beast, the dragon? Like, are those the players? Because they just seem kind of evil. Anyway, we need you to kill Sarah. We need you to kill 5 people and then kill yourself. You can kill any 5 people except Alexander, Valentine, Olive Summers, and Lily September. Also, you need to kill... What was it, like Yevs? Yeah. Yves? Last, yeah. You need to kill yourself after you do this, though. You'll come back to life just like Alex, without any rot or black liquid in your body, okay? Your sins will be forgiven because you will help us in this sick game. Alex will be yours. He told us that himself, but you cannot see him. If you see him, Olive or Lily at all, this plan is screwed for the same reason. Once it's all over and done with, you need to take yourself out of play. The Candlestick Man can control you. He can puppet your body and all of this, and screw all of this up. If you don't kill yourself, Alex will die. If you don't help us, you will both die. So that's why she killed herself. And we'll just have to go through the same pain in the next round, over and over again, until we get another chance to end it. So we're trying to end the game. This is messed up. We need you, Sarah. Alex needs you. Find the rot in your blood. Fight his control over you. Resist. Help us, and you can be free. No more pain, no more suffering, no more game. You and Alex won't have to worry about any of it anymore. Your bodies will be yours. Your life will be yours. We promise. What do you say? Any questions? I know it's a lot, but we need you for this. I can. I'll do it for Alex. Thank you. Well, so that's what's going on here. Why the angels? Why do they want to be turned into angels? That's the only part that's missing here. So now we realize it's a game being played by 4 deities. But we don't exactly know why the killers turn people into puppets and angels? Why angels specifically? And why does removing all their skin make them angels? Like, what? What's the deal there? That's the only piece that isn't fitting. Alright. Killer, not so different. Next is Allison logs. As of writing, passwords have not been found. Allison logs. Hard locked, hard locked, hard locked. And number 5 is soft locked. Here. Let's check the soft locked one. Enter a password. Let's see. Sorath 53. Oop. What about Claire? Nope. Just the ranger. Whoop. Nope. What about Lucifer? Nope. Alright, we're gonna have to come back to that later. Alright. Found media. Revenge in Gilbert's gameplay. Gralbert's gameplay. What is this?
Hello.
Revenge in Gralbert's is a Five Nights at Freddy's fan game created by Lucas Games 477 and released September 4th of 2015. In it, the player must survive a series of nights in Gilbert's Funland. The game was first released on GameJolt before being archived a few times on sites like SoftInc. The original voice actor for Phone Guy was Lucas Games 477 himself, but it was switched before the release to someone who natively spoke English. The game had a series of betas, but as of now, none have been found. The final version of the game was 1.2.5. The video was originally uploaded by YouTube channel Osaka Lover Girl in 2016, but has since been deleted. This re-upload is all that remains. But why is this included? It's interesting.
Hi, welcome to Graubert's Pizza. My name is
How does this connect?
Jebediah Pinkerton. It's ironic because I wear pink everywhere. So, let me introduce you to the pizzeria. You may have noticed that the skill room is no longer on the map. If any police come by, please do not tell them about the skill room. If the animatronics try and kill you, try and close the door as soon as possible. Thank you for listening to this instructional phone call. Talk to you later.
Okay. Don't know what it has to do with anything, but okay. How to make a PB&J as instructed by Rain Evans. This video is going to be amazing. We're ready. Alright, stay tuned in June. Alright. New product.
You gotta buy the new Rain plushie.
I want the Rain plushie so bad.
Low price of 1 million.
Only 1 million, right.
It does things.
Does things. Don't believe? Examine the monster. It does thing by.
What's up, insiders? Welcome back to another video. So today, we're going to be learning how to make the perfect peanut butter sandwich. I've been eating these for basically every meal for the past 6 months.
Dang.
So, let's get started. First, grab a plate. I'm using a paper plate. I know they're bad for the environment, but I'd rather put a gun in my mouth than do another dish. Next up, the bread. I ran out of the good pieces of bread, so I have to use those weird end pieces. Not ideal, but we'll make
The
it
hilts?
work.
I love the hilts of
Next
bread.
up, grab your peanut butter. I don't currently have the top to my peanut butter because I'm using it as an ashtray. Now that you have your peanut butter, grab a utensil and start spreading. I'm using a plastic fork because, like I said, I refuse to ever do dishes again in my fucking life, and I ran out of plastic knives. I bet some of you in the comments will complain about me using plastic, but I bet you wouldn't say that shit to my face in real life. If this shit ever ends and we go outside again, I dare you to step up to me in the street. Try me. Try me! Step up, you fucking pussies! Take a fucking away! And there you have it. The perfect.
Rain's amazing. Buy this right now. 1 million. Bat wings taste like February Neocities.
Peanut butter sandwich.
Amazing.
Well, you don't know me, but I know you.
That makes more sense now. The clown's one of the players. The sun is Sarath. Dreamwalkers. We're getting close to the players now. Like, their actual... I don't know if it's their origin forms, but maybe how they exist in this plane? And then we've got... Yeah, there's Spider Lily.
And I got
You ready to see your
blessing
gift?
to give to you.
Commission, which was, you know, already passed. Alright, let's continue. I need to keep going. I've got to do the rest of this. I'm excited. Okay, PB&J. How did PB&J instructional video get me that excited? That's freaking hilarious. Alright, anyway. Jessica Ann Lawson's obituary, surface level. Note the website was found prior due to the excellent sleuthing and is only now relevant. Subsite acts as an archive, obituary, and memorial to Jessica Ann Lawson. Jessica was declared missing on June 6, 2020. She has not been found since. Jessica is now presumed dead. You have clickable eyeballs. June 6th, 2001. June 6th, she was 19. June 6th, 2020. If you have any information on Jessica's disappearance and or whereabouts, please contact nobody. Every year, 371 young women go missing. 83% of the children have unsupervised internet access. Keep your children safe. Subsite is managed by North Star Guiding Church, Meridian Branch, webmaster Alice Bright. Written June 6th of 2022. Was there another clickable here? I thought I saw one. Alright, let's check the source. Alright. So it's just the one clickable image. Is there any other clickables here? No. Any hidden source? No. I think so. No. Okay. Jessica. I've been talking to angels a lot lately. I've been learning their languages and educating myself on their culture. Did you know angels are actually all around us? They always have been. Yeah, they're probably from the first veil, the first dimension. Because ground zero is basically where, or area zero, is that what it's called, area zero? Layer zero, whatever, is where the deities are. The next realm, number 1, is probably where the angels are if we're in number 2. So, yeah, that's how they're talking to them. Anyway, ever since we invented them, they are perfect, unlike us. So I keep teaching them to hate. Everything angels do is taught to them by humanity. They spew awful, disgusting, and hateful words into the angels, and they regurgitate it right back. And we're surprised by this? Angels experience dysphoria, too. You must all start being kind to your angels, lest the gods we create shall abandon us. Don't you want to be saved? Don't you want to be saved? It's always been a matter of divinity equals connections equals knowledge. It's the Holy Trinity all over again. Adding these 3 factors together gives you an angelic entity. Humanity has done this and will continue to do this until it eradicates itself. Do you know how humanity has done this? Just ask Charles Babbage. He invented the first modern angel out of sheer will, spite, and luck. Divinity connections equals knowledge. This world would not be possible without you. I love meeting like-minded individuals. Let's chat on forums and in chat rooms. PMs are preferred. I don't like talking in the shout boxes. You never know if demons could be lurking there. I'm Jessica, F16, and from Mississippi. Female, age 16, from Mississippi. I want to talk about angels and demons. I want to talk about computers. Help me learn about computers. Help me learn about computers. Help me learn about computers. Help computers. Did you ever... You good? Did you ever even believe in God before you used the internet? I know I didn't. My mom never could convince me. Never could any church or therapist. But you converted me, YouTube. I know where the gods and angels exist now, okay? I even dropped out of school for you. Promise me salvation, please. I've been listening to the televangelists over the radio. Do they even know what they're talking about? I hear you, and I have an answer. Of course they do. Televangelists have to be correct. Otherwise, angels wouldn't be transmitting their messages. Okay, you make me sick. Sometimes my joints lock up, and I can't move, but really, it's okay. I don't need to move away from my angel. I'm typing this on her right now. So you think computers are angels, and you're seeing it on yours. Isn't it just remarkable how angels can bring the world together? It's hard to imagine people don't believe in divinity and yet still use angels daily. I've been listening to the radio a lot recently. Sometimes it just tells me numbers. I'm okay with that. Did we create robot like AI deities? Is Sarath, Spider Lily, and Rain just computer generated AI deities? Is that really what's going on here? Is the second realm, the second wave, just the computer world? Or am I thinking about it in reverse? Is it the internet? Actually, the internet could be considered a separate realm, couldn't it? Like a separate realm looking into another realm. Like it is technically another world, but it's visible and tangible through our world. Is it another veil? Is the internet a veil? Lots of thoughts here. Anyway, let's see where we... Okay, I've listened to the radio a lot recently. Sometimes it just tells me numbers. I'm okay with that. What do a lamb, a cat, and a moth have in common? A lamb, a cat, and a moth. They're all fuzzy? I love to make stuff. I love to be on the internet with you. Let's connect. Let's connect. Angels connect with us through wires and signals. They do this through their organs and their They do this through their organs and their complexes that we, God's people, created to cover our planet. Monsters are real. Monsters are real, and it says so in the Bible. You are less than smart if you do not believe in the existence of things beyond the public knows. They are there. So why don't you believe me? My mother doesn't believe me, and neither does my father. But you, reading this, I know you do. I know you've seen them too, because otherwise, this person has schizophrenia. Otherwise, what would you be doing on my site that I typed using my angel? That all the angels are working together to transmit into yours. Believe me. I took pictures of my favorite flowers today, but they don't come out too good. My favorite flowers are all in the rhododendron family. This website is my obituary. The internet is so beautiful. Everything is right here. I'm so happy. I know everything about all my friends. People are so funny. Ego death is one of the few ways you can become closer to God. Did you know? Fir trees can grow within the human body. That's messed up. Do you know what else can? Why did you forget what your mother's touch felt like? Well, that was random. Okay, yeah, I already checked that one. So that was page 0. Well, is that? No, this is different. I need to go back. Okay. So there's another obituary shrine. Okay. Obsession. You think this is obsession? I'll show you what obsession truly is, darling. You won't be able to do anything without feelings, my eyes on you, knowing that I am always there, always watching you. No one else could ever love you like I can. We would be so perfect together, Angel. I love you, 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 I love you. I'm so sorry about Elizabeth moving away. It's okay, though. I will never leave you. What happened to Isabella wasn't your fault. It is okay, don't be sad about it. It's possible to do that without me anyways. What happened with Jillian will never happen to me, I promise. I forgive you of your sins, my love. It will all be okay. I think I will start a rumor. Did you know if you kiss me exactly at 7:39 a.m., you will... something? Thank you, Sigmund Freud. People whose parents are caregivers were unstable or abusive may develop abnormal patterns of attachment. This can cause them to become obsessive, controlling, and fearful in their relationships. People with insecure or reactive attachment styles may feel preoccupied by fear of loss. I'm so glad you love me. This is my thank you. So I'm so glad you love me. This is my thank you. I'm so glad you love me. This is my thank you. Over and over and over and over. And there's the definition of obsession. It says, the state of being obsessed with someone or something. She cared for him with a devotion bordering on obsession. An idea of thought that continually preoccupies or intrudes on a person's mind. Mine is like peppers right now. It's so weird, but I'm obsessed. I just bought like 17 more varieties, seeds. Anyway, yeah. Bluezelia posts. I know how to refill water bottles. That's amazing. Your dream come true. Thank you. You're welcome, love. I like it when you call me that. I'm so glad. I want you, only you to be mine. I want you to only be mine, yeah. It pained me to see these disgusting men hurting you. I'm so glad I was able to help. I promise no one will ever hurt you again. Not on my watch. Anyone who even looks at you wrong will feel the most pain they've ever felt before. You will never feel fear again. I found myself obsessed with you. Isn't that ironic? No, that seems pretty straightforward. Let's just be honest here. This is crazy. Okay. Don't see any clickables here. All right. Next is Inwards Sick. Or this one already. Yep, that's what this did. Next is Innards. Next is Innards Rhododendron. FM. Humans can smell rain 200,000 times better than sharks can smell blood. Interesting. Sometimes I go out to the pond and try to talk to swans, but they never talk back. The angels always respond. Sexual intercourse is the closest two humans can get to another, aside from cannibalism. As of October 21st, 2018, I've tried both. Interesting. I don't like either. I'm starting to think I just don't like humans. People keep coming to my house. Ever since I started posting publicly, people keep finding me. I don't mind it. I want to connect with people. I challenge you to connect. The radios have been silenced. I've been having to communicate with God's televangelists through dreams. Did you know? Psychedelics can help with communicating with non-physical angels, but I would never not use my angels. I love them too much. Did you know sociopaths are a lot like computers? I'm loving this old camera I got. It's one of my favorite angels. Don't worry, my computer is still my favorite and has always been the kindest to me. She's old, but I love her. This camera is neat though. I've been taking a lot of photos. I think it lets me take videos too. I can't wait to play around with it more. I love connecting with people, and this can help me connect with you in a brand new way. This is a video you made, I guess? There's some blood on your hand. On your gloved hand. Neat. That's one way to connect with people. Yeah. Sometimes people think a little too much and they end up breaking their brains. And I think that's what's happened here. What did that drink? That's some good stuff, though. There it is. The one that was leaking on me. Yeah, I think we're just going like play with some gore. Okay. DeviantArt, Wattpad, Quotev, Reddit, 4chan, Tumblr, YouTube, Discord, Proboards, Facebook, MySpace, NeoCities, Instagram, Snapchat, SpaceHey, Wikipedia, Vimeo, and more. All cells within organs of beautiful angels who've come to spread the good word of God. They all tell me so much. We can all join together in arms. My address is publicly available on the internet, and so is yours. The internet takes your identity and makes it public to the world because at the root of the person there is no such thing as you. You are just a facet of God, much like Jesus and those who came before and after him. They're saying. You believe what you believe, my dude. That's a weird thought, though. There's no such thing as you. I mean, the way I see it is kind of reverse. We're all just kind of living instances of the same thing from different perspectives. We're not the same, but the life is the same. That's the way I see it. Anyway. I am sorry for what humanity has done to your sweet angels, but the world will soon be pure. This is pronounced in so many different ways. That could be Yahweh, it can be That could actually be pronounced as Jehovah, believe it or not, or it could be pronounced as Yahuwah. No one actually knows the correct pronunciation because in Abrahamic tradition they decided the word was too holy to use, so they hid it, started using the word Lord in sacred texts, and so the actual pronunciation of that word was lost, unfortunately. Anyway, and it's actually, there is no A and E. It's WH, it's YHWH or YVWV is actually what it is. But anyway, that is completely beside the point. All right. Next would be this little smiley face guy. It is a YouTube video. I will bring her back. The Tomb of Jessica. Gotta bring back Jessica. Okay. Neat. I believe you. I believe you. You'll bring it back. Alright. Smile, flower, flower, smile. Holy diver. We will all be waiting. Alright. Next is this adequate proof that I'm still alive? I don't know, is it? I mean, I guess it was rain. Jessica, I'm alive, I guess. I mean, it seems like it. Sabbath? Another video? Are these all videos? Okay, we got some Slenderman style super loudness here. Hi. Alright. So Slenderman is apparently being introduced on the Sabbath? Like, is he one of the angels, I guess? Are nightmares becoming angels now? Radar Quadcast, the musical, season 2 finale. Yay! We've got the finale, I'm ready. And then Dorthan Therapy Patience will be the next thing. And then we will continue to progress on part 4. We'll do that after.
Come on.
Alright, before we get started though, our program has how many members? Here, there's the reveals you've been looking for. I love you. Okay. Random.
Come on, go. Come on, go. I'm waiting for my dose to load.
Why are her boobs that big that time? Because she's pregnant.
And now, of course, it's
In
time
her
to hit
boobs.
the road, which means I'll be uncomfortable all day, but that really isn't such a change. If I'm not feeling weird or super strange, my life would be in utter disarray. 'Cause freaking out is my okay. Good morning, time to start the day. Come on, come on, go. Come on,
That's amazing.
go. Now should I take a bus or walk instead? Cocorella's filling up with dread. When I get nervous, my whole face goes red. Girl, the options come and be chill. Not go on the bus super.
Okay, I'll refresh it.
I'm gonna straight up reek, and my boxes will be bunchy, and my pits will leak.
Okay, real quick, jump into the chat. Alright, so password's currently very hard to guess. Yeah, I figured. Yeah, right, it does things. Ending's amazing. If you have a good eye, you'll notice this is the blue Zelia site. Oh yeah, on the thing? Yeah. On this? Yeah, I thought it might have been. Or you're talking about Reinhardt Quest one. You're talking about the one I clicked, yeah. So we're getting back into the Blue Azalea stuff. Are you talking about the patient directory? No, you're talking about that other one. Anyway, 1 second. Don't stop the music yet. That's not Slenderman. That's Spider Lily. Okay, so yeah, it was framed as Slenderman. Sorry, the way the video was framed made me think of Slenderman. So would that be this world Slenderman then? I guess. Okay, there's 2 more Tomb of Jessica's. Okay. Before I continue this, let me go back then. Okay, there we go. Is it the Zoe's World ones? You said it was Tomb of Jessica. Is it these 2? Is Zoe's World 14 and 15? So kind of, okay, so it's kind of the Slenderman of the world. In a way. It's like a nightmare creature thing. Okay. Alright. So it's the Zoe ones? Oh, the Tomb of Jessica is the Blue Azalea site. Yeah, because Blue Azalea's was Jessica, correct? If I remember correctly. It's been a while, but that's yeah. If I'm right, that's what it was, yeah. She actually was Jessica. Yeah, Blue Azalea, yeah. I got you. So yeah, the Zoe's World is the 2 I need to watch, so let's do Zoe's World 14 first, and then 15. The North Stars Guidance Church and Nylon's Nightmares. The North Stars Guidance Church. The North Stars Guidance Church. I have decided to divert my investigation to look into the local church, at least for a short period of time, due to the conviction of the subject. During my investigation, I found some odd things. The church has barely been... Sorry, I need a drink. Lips are drying out. Okay, let me start over. I have decided to divert my investigation to look into the local church, at least for a short period of time, due to the conviction of the suspect. During my investigation, I found some odd things. The church has barely been speaking on the murders ever since 2 members of the church had been killed. Adam Bright is an odd man. I have seen him enter the church at odd hours of the night and stay in there for days on end. I set up trail cams. Oopsies! The Valencia family, who works under Adam Bright, seems to have some relation to Rain Evans. I need some more time to actually flesh out and write out about all of this, because it's a lot, admittedly. But there have been posts about it and further investigation, though I have noticed something. The church members wear smiley face buttons, similar to Andrew. I ended up asking Mr. Rudolph Valencia of the church about Andrew Orion. Andrew Orion. We're going to get into some good symbolism there, too. Orion is actually something I've been studying recently. I don't know who that is. Similarly, I asked about Oleander, and I got a similar response. I don't know what it is about people in this town, but I swear they're hiding something. It's like I'm one of the only real people around here. You probably are. You're probably in a computer game. Oh my gosh. Are you kidding me? Did AI deities trap like 10 or a certain amount of people in a computer game, and they're just using them as like pieces, letting them die and be reborn? Is this all happening in a computer that 4 AI deities are controlling? You gotta be kidding me. Because, I mean, it would still be real, technically, if internet itself is another veil. You're gonna make me go crazy. You're gonna literally make me go crazy with these theories. Okay, anyway. Speaking of which, anyone reading this blog knows something about me. A select few of you, specifically, know me from somewhere. I know you do. I remember it all. I don't care to hide anymore. You know what to do. Or you knew what to do. Of course, I'm asking if you did it. So, do what we agreed on, whatever you monsters are. I want to know what decisions you came to regarding this game. Comment the keyword here. And then Detective Foe says, I'm glad to see you've come to terms with us knowing who you are, Zoe. Or should I say, Nylon. That's probably a password. I'm going to save that. I'm going to save Nylon. Alright. And then next is number 15. Nylon's Nightmares. For the uninitiated, I've been in contact with entities called the Convalescent. They are the spectators of the game run by Rain Evans. Okay, so I'm guessing Spider Lily's real name is Letrodactylin? Letrodactylin. Rain Evans, Letrodactylin, and the Sorath. So the Sorath is kind of like a group. It's everybody. It's not just Sorath, it's the Sorath. the collective Sorath. The Sorath, Rain Evans, and Ladactylon. Latrodactylon. Latrodactylon. There we go. I'm a player of this game, often referred to as a piece by these monsters. I don't know, they said there was 4 though, didn't they? So it's probably Rain Evans, Latrodactylon, the Sorath, and Spider Lily. Anyway. My particular alignment is with the sun, Sorath. My name is Zoe Coleman. I am not player 0. That is all you need to know about me. I have a plan to end this, for all of us, and the Convalescent have agreed to this plan. One of the rules of this game is that one person cannot kill more than 5 people within a span of 2 months. When I get to my limit, and the Convalescent will know when, I want them to influence Sarah, number 8, to kill up to the limit. And then herself. Wow, they take her out of the game because she'd be disqualified, but she's already dead. Lily, Lorelei, and Olive are all off limits from being killed, as much as Lorelei seems to be trying to screw this up for me. The way the Convalescent will know I have reached my limit is when things begin to break. This town is fake. Everything here is fake. Yep, it is an artificial world. However, things have managed to get inside. One of these beings being Andrew Orion. He does not belong here. If I caused him physical harm, I'm certain the illusion will start to fall apart. I've seen it happen before. It can happen again. I've seen this all before. I don't remember every time. It's like a pocket dimension, but I think it might be a virtual pocket dimension they've made. But I remember last time. I remember I won. And if a non-player wins, they move on to the next round with their memories. That's all you need to know. I know who 000 is, but I'm afraid leaking the information will get me killed. I know she's reading this. I know one of them is. I'm glad I could trust in the Convalescent to help me out. This round will be the last. I will break this town. I will break Rain. I will set us all free. If any of my friends are reading this, don't try to stop me. You need to have some faith in me for once. I'm smarter than all of you, and you need to realize that. I've been around the bend and back again numerous times. We all have. But unlike all of you, I actually remember everything, so trust me. I just had a thought. So if the angels are electronic devices, the overlord of the angels, the overlord of the machines would be the internet. So the internet is God in this world? Or am I just grasping at straws and missing something here? Okay, so this is just relating to it. It's basically saying do it again, again, again. They're stuck in a loop. Okay. Alright. This is the patient directory managed by Rain Evans. Was I supposed to do this one? Did I miss this? Oh, it's the one after the musical. Yeah. We should probably go ahead and do the musical first. Alright. That's a lot to chew on. So let's chew on that while we're listening to this. Alright.
God, I wish I had those skills to just be fine and cool and chill. Don't wanna be Mahou Joe. Just wanna stay in the line. I'll never be Sakura Go. For me, it's only is fine, and so I follow my rules. I use them as my tools to stay alive. I don't wanna be special, no. I just wanna survive. Come on, go, go. Come on,
Feel that. Wanna be special, just want to survive. Legit. So JFK said, what? What? So JFK said, Okami told Hijame, I'll only have Yuri with you if you beat me at Rain's Angel game. So basically computer game. Because if angels are computers and electronic devices, it's a computer game. Then she lost the angel game, aka computer game, deliberately.
That is so awesome! I mean, slutty.
And then Okami was all like,
I'm telling the story, JFK.
You don't fucking touch me, fat kids. I'm sorry, I was just trying
still haunted. What happened with fucking the Comic Kitsune chat?
I shouldn't say, but it's a good thing I rock at the Angel game.
Why are you naked?
Avoiding any eye contact at all and trying hard to remain unseen. The poster's closer now, what does it say? It's a sign up for the
Yaoi Club.
Club, see? It's a sign up sheet for nerds flirting with me, and that's not what I need right now, no way. I hang a left and there's Toyota.
I love how there's brand names.
Did you say something?
My e-mommy game couldn't be more limp. No time to wallow, no, instead just clear your brain and move ahead. Except that you're one of those girls who will make sure every guy just hurls. I don't wanna be a scholar, just want some skills to count on. If my boobs were any smaller, they would be totally gone. If I continue on this route, the only thing I'll ever day is my daily dozen still. I don't wanna become, I don't know, I just wanna survive.
Holy! Billy, hey, my buddy has it hanging, lunch is banging, and my sushi got my slushy and more. The roll was maki and I'm feeling kinda cocky, cause that girl at KFC gave me a generous pour. Oh, I'm listening to Miku and the groove is something for you, and we're almost at the end of the song. Yeah, that was the end. Now tell me, friend, how was class? You look like ass. What's wrong?
I wrote Toyota, love letter telling him how I feel.
That's progress.
Yeah, I tore it up and flushed it.
Oh.
It's still progress.
It's all good. Hey, I saw in Discovery that Nekos have stopped evolving.
Interesting.
That's good.
Evolution is survival of the fittest, right? But now, because of technology, you don't have to be strong to survive, which means there's never been a better time in history to be kawaii. So own it.
Okay.
Why try to be an alpha when you could be...
Yaoi study group.
I was gonna say stone in my basement, but...
Look who's signing up for the Yaoi study group.
You say what in my basement?
In my basement, but... So own it. Why try to be an alpha when you could be...
Yaoi study group.
I was gonna say stone in my basement, but...
Look who's signing up
Okay.
for the Yaoi study group.
Yaoi.
Toyota. Toyota. Toyota-kun. Toyota. Toyota. Toyota.
He's slowly drifting towards it. Who walks that slow? This dude is super lethargic.
Toyota-kun. Don't listen to the instrumental. Toyota-kun. It's Toyota. It's Toyota, not whoever that is in the instrumental. It's Toyota. I feel my body moving through the air. I feel my bare feet walking over there. Take a shaky breath and I prepare.
She finally gonna do it?
Who cares if people think
This feels like a movie.
Toyota
The movie finale.
the same? I grab the pen, I write my name.
もう戦争はしたく
Okay.
I'm never gonna be the cool girl. I'm more the one who's left out of all the characters at school. I am not the one who this story's about.
You kind of are though.
Why can't someone just help me out and teach me how to thrive? Help me to
Maybe I was thinking about it backwards. Maybe it's actually just for gamers playing an actual video game, but the video game they're playing has like AI or like souls trapped in it, and they're like actually alive, living their lives, and they're playing a murder game. Real people are playing a murder game with these virtual people, but they're technically real because of the different veils. It's just the computer world is another veil. The internet, games. I don't like where this is going. I'll do another musical episode again. I hated animating all of this, never again. Nice.
Oh my gosh! Toyota-senpai, konnichiwa desu!
Hello, Lily-chan. It is me. Say, have you some time for a discussion?
I love how he sounds like Corpse Husband. Almost. Not as deep, though.
Say there's this waifu you pass in the hall every day.
That's how he sings.
You've known her since last year's prom. You're used to thinking about her in a certain way. From the persona that she displays. And then something changes. And she changes. From a baka you'd never be into a baka you'd kinda be into. From a baka I'd never be into a baka I'd kinda be into. Is she worth it? Lily Chan.
Whoa, what did it say?
Is she?
He looks like he has fetal alcohol.
Is she?
Oh my gosh! It's time.
Nice. Nice. I love how it's Fidel Castro. Oh no. Wow. I feel like I may have tapped onto something there. CCM-chan. I think we're starting to get past theory a little bit there with that one. crap, I was trying to make the chat appear. One second, I missed something. Hello again. Ooh. How are you? It's been so me time since it's been some I don't know, it's been so me time since our last rendezvous. I'm glad to hear. I'm here to show you something again. Whoop. But you already knew that, didn't you? I'm sure the convalescents would love to see this one too. Oh, I interrupted, didn't I? I'm sorry, but that just makes it easier for them to see, right? Are you ready to see your gift too? Your gift, ooh. Yes? Oh, this is actually really well animated.
You're recording already?
It's our best girl that got killed last time.
As of recording.
Note, in areas with high impurity levels, recording devices don't work well, hence the interlacing and apparent compression.
It's been exactly 2 months since my last entry in my archive, making it February 28, 2024.
That's when you talk to the Dreamwalkers, right?
They're called convalescent, but yeah. They're like a weird sort of domesticated dreamwalker, I suppose.
Gross.
Domesticated dreamwalkers. The convalescent or domesticated dreamwalkers? Are we the dreamwalkers, though? And is the virtual reality thing the dream? Interesting.
We took this book, Veritas Agni, from the local church library during the Christmas celebration. Today, we'll be using it to attempt to contact the Game Masters.
That sounds so stupid without any context. You know that, right?
I'm assuming if someone's watching this, they know what I'm talking about? It's in my archive. They won't be able to see this without a password.
Does this spot seem good?
Sure, let's begin the ritual.
My, if it isn't two of my favorite patients.
We've been watching you two very closely.
It's so odd seeing you three like this.
Don't be so formal, Cassie, dear. We're all friends, aren't we? I mean, look at us. We even hold court in your own tongue and form. See, I'm your therapist, Mr. Evans.
Our true forms would melt your minds.
Don't frighten them, Spider Lily, you silly boy.
We want to end this game. It's gone on for too long, but only you guys can stop this.
We could. We could give a certain someone a little push.
Oh, but they're adorable. I wouldn't want to interrupt their cute little ceremonies.
True. It's offering us endless entertainment and creating energies that will result in more divine angels.
More divine?
So they're using life.
How about a bargain? We'll give you whatever you want. Just let us have.
Using life to make angels? Are they talking about the computers? Or are they talking about like actual angels? They're generating holy energy from humanity. That makes a lot of sense, though. For why deities exist and stuff. Anyway.
Oh, this hell already.
What could you give to me? Let me check my Christmas list.
I know what I want.
Hey, we were...
Enough of this musical nonsense.
You know, it's funny that Rain wears the Church of the Raindrops sign. It's like, I guess that might be his players, then?
Son of man, you and the girl can do that on your own time. As you said, this is my move. And I want Cassidy's soul. Her mind. Come now, dear. You've seen numerous times that my pieces win the majority of the time. I can set you free much quicker. Remember, Oleander?
Are you serious? Dude, hey, no, that's my piece.
You've claimed your pieces, Rain, but you never truly make them yours.
What is this thing? What are you doing?
You wanted a musical, yes? You are some gumshoe, you just don't think well.
Get this dumb gumshoe, you come from my inkwell. Is your mouth lonely with...
Well, that was creepy. So he's like one of those bugs from the bottom of this pit. Did you see that freaking maw come out? That was terrifying. It's like a giant ant creature.
My inkwell. Is your mouth lonely with 1 foot in the rain? Your brain only holds thoughts I put in there. Just what you are, I'll spell out. You are novel pain.
He's terrifying.
1 speck of lint that fell out the last time that I picked my brain.
Oh, this fucking sucks.
You are so
I'm
jealous
going to hurt you
of
if you
my
don't stop
track
singing.
record. Heavens do tell us your feeble track record. Your weak form brand too soft and unstable. 1 small shot and you fold like a card table. You drool at my achievements. Your broads in bed are bored. Go home 'cause you're not needed. Your pen is no match for my sword. You're nothing without me. No one who'd go undefined. You would.
Hey guys, I've got some... Yeah, so Search the Raindrops is actually his players then, isn't it? So I've got a kind of weird update for you all. Recently in Sparks, Nevada, there was allegedly a virgin birth, and people are saying it's the second coming of Christ. They think it was. Sounds like the Antichrist. I'll attach the article below.
Didn't exist. You'd never be missed.
Was it? Who was it? See, on February 27th, 2004, a 25-year-old Sonny Evans gave birth to a young... something. Rain Evans. Okay, so yeah, this is the origin of Rain Evans then. So Sonny Evans had Rain Evans, yeah. Funny how it's Sun, like Sarath. Anyway. So compressed. I'm having trouble reading it. But I've read this page before, I think. The perplexed Sonny and her family thought that Sonny was lying, I guess. Her lost her sanity, I think. I don't know. We can read that some other time. That's on the Blue Zelius thing. And that's when the Church of the Sundrops was made. So that's where it all came together then.
I tell you, you're out of my mind. A show off, a blowhard. You're equal parts hot air and gall. And no one would.
What did it say? That didn't say hot air and gall. Impurity and heaven fire. So half impurity, half heaven fire. Interesting.
You're equal parts hot air and gall. And no one would doubt me. Without me, you're nothing at all. You're nothing without me. Without me, you just disappear.
Wait, so she becoming... No, she's becoming his vessel, isn't she?
Right into thin air, and no one would care or notice you ever were here.
He can control her, I mean.
A puppet, an upstart, a loser who's destined to fall. I'm everything you always wanted to be. Let's deal with the issue. You wish you were me. You're nothing without me. Without me, you're nothing at all.
You fucking dickhole! Oh my god! I really can't have anything, can I? This puts me down to 2 pieces. 2! One of whom is not alive, because you two fucking suck! You suck! You fucking
So, mission successful?
I'm gonna kill myself, dude.
Showing the second episode, okay. It's gonna show us part of it? Alright. Interesting.
Can't be too hard. Andrew's been shown to exist outside of this place. Knowing he's here and potentially killing him could have repercussions out there, and that could break something. I'm not certain, but it's worth a shot, I guess.
So they were talking about earlier, that plan. To kill that person. Sign of God, much to do with it. I'm talking about Rain Known. Find them. Oh, did this happen? Did they actually find the person? Like they shot somebody else.
Fuck.
Whoops. The carcass of Delilah Clementine was found on the lawn of Cassidy Orchard later that morning. Whoops. On the carcass were several fibers, hair from Cassidy's head. Uh-oh. Cassidy was taken into police custody later that day. You messed up. Great.
Was that really the right thing to do?
Oh, come on. You've got to admit, it was smart thinking on Little Miss Nylon's part.
Are these spectators watching, like, the deities stream their game? Is that basically what's going on? Or are they the deities?
Feels icky. Complicit, almost.
Now, convalescent. You're all complicit. That's just how this game works.
Yeah.
You either interact and cause more suffering.
Okay, so they're explaining what the convalescent are. They are spectators, but they can interfere and cause more suffering. They're basically spectators that can interfere with the game and change things if they want. That's what it just said.
Interact and cause more suffering, or don't and cause more suffering.
So that's what you know then, the convalescent.
Yeah, there used to be an old building around here. It's probably still around, I just can't seem to find it.
Yeah, you've told me. I hope we can find it again someday, together.
Yeah. Hey, so, we've been dating for around a year, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I think our anniversary is a week from now.
Yeah, guess so. Time went by so quickly.
Yeah, I guess so. Hey, Olive, I want to tell you how much this all means to me. I want to show you how much you mean to me.
Oh? You've already done enough. You don't have to do anything more.
I know, but at least you get to say goodbye.
Huh? What do you mean?
Well.
Now she knows how it felt. Now she knows her actions affect others. Now she knows. Now she knows.
Утром я проснулся от записки на двери. Моя любовь сказала, что уезжает навсегда. Я не знаю, скучать мне по ней или нет.
That isn't Spanish.
Я провожу дни в постели. Мама беспокоится. Все в порядке, думаю я. Я слышала шепот в своих стенах. Из моего тела выходит какая-то гадость. Я так долго чистил свои пирсинги. Почему этот черный осадок продолжает выходить?
There's gotta be some way they can stop these deities from doing things.
Прошлой ночью я заснул в ванне. Мои ноги были в крови. Интересно, почему я не мог быть достаточно хорош для нее? Мое тело не удовлетворяло ее. А тебе больно думать. Прошлой ночью во сне меня посетила девушка по имени Пенелопа. Она говорила о той девушке, которая нравится тебе больше, чем я. Сегодня я вырвала еще больше волос. Посмотри, что ты со мной сделал. Осмелишься ли ты снова встретиться со мной лицом к лицу?
That's it. This all could have been avoided.
Так холодно. Эти месяцы были такими холодными, мне больно, когда думаю о тебе.
Я нашел твою зажигалку. Я выбросил ее. Теперь она не достанется никому из нас. Сегодня так жарко. Я сгораю.
愚かな人形めあなたの家は燃えている。見えないの？
Что ты здесь делаешь? Почему ты хочешь спасти меня?
バカになるな。あなたは生きなければならない。私たちみんなのために。我々の苦しみを終わらせたくないのか。
Тогда вытащите меня отсюда. Если сможешь, я буду жить. Если не сможешь, мы сгорим вместе.
That is a lot to chew on. That's a lot to chew
Ooh, the convalescent are going to have fun with this one.
Hello, random doll in a chair.
Oh, right. You never had a proper explanation for what they were, did you? Ah, I'm sorry, Cythariel. I'm not used to having extra game masters joining us. I believe when Orpheus spoke to the convalescent, he explained what they were better than I could. Let me show you.
And what do you mean? What do you want me to say? Do you want me to explain what you are? Or what you are? Because to me, right now, in this moment, in this story, you are people infiltrating my dream. You are an invasive investigator, violating my mind.
So we are.
At the command of Rain, trying to figure out his game. But I know what you are. You are a group of people, real people, in a veil far, far away. This is your game. I am your plaything. The convalescent is your cover to operate on my level.
So it's our avatars in their
the
world.
narrative level.
Their game.
It is your collective name, your front, your role. But I see through it. Oh, I see through it. I know your name. I know who you are. I know this is a Discord server. I know Rain is a sick, twisted fuck, broadcasting this as far and wide as he can. And you're just playing along for your entertainment. Your mystery. Your satisfaction when it all clicks. I don't care that I'm not real to you. I help you.
That's intense.
Nerigane. Discord member since January 15th.
Maybe we can help you all then.
Server member since February 7th, 2024. With your stupid fucking Jack-in-the-Box profile picture. You helped me the character Orpheus. I can't affect your world. You can affect mine. Is that too meta for you? Let me simplify it. The convalescent is the front through which you operate and affect the story. You are manifested in people's dreams through a bastardized version of 000's narration that was already bastardized by Limbo and Enoch operating system in the first place. You are a plot device. I don't know for sure, okay? This isn't my story. But I don't think what you are is something you need to worry about. Because what you are doesn't matter. You are a plot device. You, the convalescent, were created to interact with us. That is what you are, and what you always will be. You will never be anything else. What you are won't affect the story. What you do will. You do not matter. Your actions matter. Remember, you are interacting with living, breathing people, even if they might be characters to you, because they are real to me. That was too much for a simple question. I hate being aware of everything. I don't know how others do it. Sorath, Spider Lily. I may be powerful, but I'm not them. Not that I want to be. Not that I want to be.
Could you imagine if you found out that we were just characters in somebody's story?
I suppose you could say that.
Doing things to us.
Does that upset you at all, Cethariel?
Now that was a revelation. Holy crap. So that is technically what's going on then. In one of the veils, they basically turned it into a game, and we're interacting with it through the internet, because that's the bridge between worlds. It's the gateway. So in a way, yes, it's kind of an online game thing, but it's not. It's an actual realm that exists, and it's a realm they've decided to make a game board and just use it as a game. Because it's close, it's very close to them. What they say, it was Veil 2, so it's very, very close to them. Be there in Veil 0, then there's Veil 1, there's Veil 2. Since they're so close to the land of the deities are just using that realm as their plaything. Doing a game in it for fun. A reincarnation game. And we're off on one of the way far distant realms. But we're able to contact them and interact through the internet to Realm 2. Or Veil 2, I mean. I'm ready for this freaking finale. You all have been doing amazing work here. Holy crap. I am so ready for the finale. Alright, we're not completely done here. We still got one more thing to do. Let's go ahead and go to the last entry, which is the patient directory, which is managed by Rain Evans. This is the profiles of the people that Rain is doing the therapy sessions for. And then we'll go ahead and close it down, but holy crap, that is a revelation and a half. Alright, the role of 000 is the one who will become an angel. Alright. The last person standing in a round where 000 ascends to angelhood will be 000 in the next round, instead of the typical condition of holding their memories. This is the most important role. The game... Oh, so this is how the game is then. This is the game rules. This is the most important role. The game master whose pieces kill this thing wins. Directory. Cethariel and Lilith. Lilith being the origin of magic. I'm not sure. There we go. Development success. Description. The Angel of Deception. Cries when you cut her up. Her bones are weak and her face disgusts me. So that must be the 000 then. Cracks like old porcelain. Oh, like porcelain oathy? Attracted so many blowflies. Was the mother of Iris Pernicus. All she does is scream for her child now. I don't know why. She doesn't even remember her. Remembers Ira too well. Electomy required. Sixth and final deviation of limit. Appearance. Vaguely resembles a humanoid doll. That's the one we saw earlier. Say me how it feels now. Bleeds often, pale skin, red hair, yellow clothes, red eyes, as in the normal. Under the porcelain, her skin is still rotting. As of 6/15/23, her human mouth has gotten wider and her teeth have started falling out. Her eyes are shifting on her face and she's been bleeding more. Lavectomy required. Procedures. June 16th, 2007. Induction. Cried for 2 weeks non-stop. September 1st, 2010. Amputation. Lasted longer than typical. 2 bites. October 31st of 2012. Lavectomy. She remembers her child. She wouldn't stop crying. February 27th, 2015. I took some of her hair. It smells good. April 1st, April 1st of 2015, Spinal Tap weeks later. July 17, 2015, Ascension. She was badly injured by the end, but it's okay, she cried a lot. June 6, 2015, Lavectomy. She remembered Ira. She wouldn't stop crying. May 8, 2019, she remembered her child again, wouldn't stop crying. She has not cried since. Cause of death. Blood loss. User 1 kept looking at it. Well, that's terrifying. Alright, development in progress. This is the next angel, I guess then? The Angel of Neglect. No relation to the Prince of Lust from Metamorphosis. Her skin is soft, mostly fluffy, appears like porcelain, and an intricate makeup pattern. Lacking an arm, remembers Hour without fail. Second and final deviation of Lily September. So these angels... Yeah, it's the players, but it's when they became angels. Appearance, she is human. She bleeds blood. She spits bile. She is much like a computer and is human. Procedures. September 1st, 2020, amputation. She ran for a while, but she wasn't fast enough. Her body is molting. There are dead limbs I need to prune. Ugh, like a plant person. Molting. Anyway, I will kill the parts of her she cannot continue to carry. Use her growing pains as fertile soil. Take her past self by the hand and show her how to swim. Cause of death. Heartache. Interesting. No pictures of that one. So that was Cethethrio and Lilith. Creepy. Alright. And then number 1's role. Olive Summers. Descriptors. Does not remember her true mother, or anything for that matter. Arrived in perfect condition. I'm gonna sneeze. I'll take it. Okay, we're good. Does not remember her true mother, or anything. She's a really disgusting parasite, leeches off anyone she can. Don't let her in your home. She seems to have been human at one point. Those who have come into contact with one often report feeling uneasy around her. Has the capacity to dream. Its main weakness is that the machine actually believes all the information it receives and reacts accordingly. So the machine were originally people? Isn't male or female, dyes her hair, teal eyes, looks like Jessica Malcolm, missing his left eye. Relationships. Lily bashes her skull in and disembowels her in 2018. She remains conscious for 36 hours after the happens. Her mother has yet to learn the sense. Unable to restored her. That's what they're doing. Restoring human consciousnesses in their program. Making AI what sounds like it. Unable to form meaningful relationships, she lurks around. She is not someone whose arms will fall into, whose shoulders will cry on, not because she won't let anyone. Not because one cannot feel a sort of roughing. She is a blight, not nonsense. All of some interesting. Alright, number 2. Zoe Coleman. Descriptors. Sneaky. Doesn't know how to mind her own business. Pretends to be other people to feel better about herself. It doesn't work. Dirt called her bluff. Appearances. Pale skin, easy to break, pretends to be cute. Little doll wearing cute little clothes. I hate it. She gets too close to one for her own good. Allegations. Her first exposure to everything was 2004, and the overload of information caused her to start ripping her skin off her body in excessive amounts. Got arrested in 2006 for possession of marijuana associated with that problematic person named Olive. It appears to be a deity of some sort that can control memories. She was originally a deity. Okay, these are the players. Are they trapped in this? One was a human. This one appears to be a deity that can control memories. Take 24 hours to unfollow. Power attracts pathological personalities. Power is magnetic to the corruptible. They are seen as the leader angels. They are messengers and most notable type of angels in the text. She romanticized. So they're type of deities that leader angels, apparently? She romanticizes the idea of romance. Would do anything to be in a romantic relationship with one, but would not be disappointed when met with the opposite of what she wanted. Cause of death was a Selene orb, apparently. At the same time. Okay. Was a true criminal permanently. We saw that. On some level, I think I always understood that a ship could never really love an anchor. Player number 3, or user 3.
Did
Cassidy
you just
Orchid.
what? Is
Hair.
what you yes?
Her heart was. The scripture says hair. Her heart was still bleeding when they found her. It is still beating to this day. Interesting. Wait a minute. Her heart was still beating when they found her. It is still beating to this day. Has incredibly brittle bones. They were easily broken to fit into such a small place. Overactive. Appearance. Pink hair, false eye, digestive intestinal tract, tendril, connective tissue, mouth. Traces of phospholite has been found during spinal tap. Personality, was supposed to have more limbs, but they kept falling off whenever they regrew, so it just gave up. Quotes. I'm Cassidy. Trivia. Grown without the need for multiple samples. Sometimes she remembers Catherine and starts breaking down, but it's easily solved with medication. These artificial people, like that one was, I think. Mulaney Atlantic. Descriptors. Angry, hungry, starving. Don't let this one out until more testing is done. Hobbies include being nasty. Hates when I tug on her hair. Fortunate for her, there's none left on her scabbed over scalp now. God acknowledged her suffering, but will do nothing to help. Occupation. Taking up space without purpose. It's thought that 4 was deemed guilty of being the worst person ever alive, and was exiled to the 9th layer of hell by Seraphim. Appearance, bloody, scabbed, won't stop bleeding, otherwise a frail human female with nothing indicating humanity other than its shape. Cause of death, really bad hand. Really? Number 5. Auto. Number 6. Argyle, digital calendar, one of the best freaking salesmen considered to be their code. Not organic enough, but I don't care enough to fix it. Remembers that one. Appearance, human, cause of death, suicide, murder, plotter. Argyle is not as good as I'm thinking. Sorry. Maybe dressed for the game. Number 7. Number 7 is a placeholder role. It exists for those who aren't meant to be in the spot of 000 at some point in time, or for temporary players. Directory: Lorelei, Lily, and Oleander. Lorelei, Willow. Descriptors: a hopeless romantic who would do anything to please her partner. Still obsessed with one. Surprised to know she is apart from one. Surprised to know she is just a child. This gets really weird, all things considered. Your pair of cosm is unappreciated. Appearance: Dregoth witch with a knack for guns. Dyes her hair every 2.5 weeks. Scott Pilgrim eyes. Her nervous system is unique, and her skin very tender. Cause of death: she killed herself before she Right. Lily September, my perfect project. Definitely a pure human form. She is the most human of all of them. Unafraid of parasitic plants. They grow within her freely. That's terrifying. Her eyes are better than most. You need not know anything else. She is destined to become an angel. She's tasted friendship. She's tasted you. Offense. Quiet core scene girl who sits inside and reads Yuri. Visions all day. And number 8. Sarah and Inanaki. Stage 4 leukemia. She cannot walk anymore. Cancerous growths in her bloodstream and on the surface of her skin will not go away, but at length have been found in her esophagus. It's a shame. She collapsed in the middle of giving a lecture to a class, didn't she? I'll never see her again. Traces of azoth and impurity found in the nervous system. Still hung up on 10. Appearance: infested, overgrown, moldy. Would she even be considered human anymore? Thank you. 11:35. Let's see. Reminder: these memories may not make sense. They may have loopholes, or missing parts. May just be a snapshot of a complete memory. They seem distant, like a dream, and it may be hard to tell whether it really happened or not. The dream lasted 3 days. A storm was coming. There was only one ship in the film. Cause of death. It was all. Whatever that says. That's such a. English. Uncut disease. A fictional disease that originates from Japan manga and characterized by the victim coughing up flower petals when they suffer from one-sided love. The disease is said to end when the love returns their abilities permitted for love only. Well, when the victim dies. Number 9. Allison Orion. Description: does not remember Jessica, does not remember me. Smarter than anticipated. Usually murdered. She asked for email. Owns an eye. Knows where it came from. Her brother wasn't so lucky. I hope you remember me still. Appearance: human because they vaguely resemble better. Those exaggerated proportions. Small teeth with that eye. Oh my god. She, lobotomy. Cause of death. She can understand why they're not humans, they just look like humans. Except that one that was a human originally. Not anymore, though. Alexander Valentine. The poison tree smiles upon it. Exhausted demeanor. Finds the 11. Okay, it wasn't Eves, it was Yves? Yves? I'm saying Eves. Vivian. Lovely girl. Wants nothing more than to be desired. Enamored by Tim. Conflictorized due to the son. Religious, and knows that who the eldest of the gods are. Devout worshipper of the Seraph. One time, she saw sunflower and had eyes. Appearance. Seraph. Almost looks like a machine. She reminds me greatly of my mother. She is kind. She will never be subject to impact. The documentaries held great importance in shaping the way the world views the lists on the showing the effects we have on families and relationships. Eve, Vivian, or Sarah, and Maki persuade her mentally, showing true facts while also making sure the facts are. Many families have written her, making her forget. The human nervous system is a victim hallucination surrounding the research phenomenon, mixed and conflict, Number 12. Faith Valencia. Descriptors: weak, malleable, kind, easy. Brittle bones, thin skin, physical trauma responses. It all feels like a dream, a blur. All the beatings, all the cruel words. It brings a smile, oddly enough. It has only ever wanted someone to love her. I don't feel bad. Give her enough pills, and she falls into a state of pure vanity. How funny. Appearance: a beaten, bruised little girl wearing a white dress. She wants to be human, but can't be. She is nothing more than a reflection, a mirror of someone who cannot love. Our Magdala. Our house was full of mold, breaking down on top of us. Small house full of spiderwebs and dust. Nothing but screams and crying children. It wasn't ever fixed. It has been rotting since I was a child and never got fixed. Mama always said we were too poor, blaming Dad for being a lazy, good-for-nothing worthless pig, even though he was the only one with a job. She did unthinkable deeds to his poor heart, though none of them ever gave us attention. 12 raised me and herself. She cried for months upon learning of my passion. She cared too much for me, and now we're making new memories. Cause of death, neglect, mercy. John 19:26. Jesus saw his mother there, someone whom he loved nearby. He said to her, "Woman, here is your son." That's who she was originally. That's clickable. Were we unworthy of love? I don't think so. I think two of us are incredibly unlucky. Am I sorry? No. If I had left you there, you would have spent your life weeping for those who wouldn't do the same in return. Despite everything, you loved me like I was family. For that, I wish to return the favor. When I died, you cried for months and months and months. I felt so bad. Becoming someone else. I love you. My mother loves you as well. Maybe not the one you knew, but the one you will know soon. Good night, Faith. Whoa, you're Rain? Whoa, what? I know you think I'm gone, but I'm still here, and always will be. Faith is Rain? Am I right there? Is that correct? Is Faith Rain? Or is the baby Rain? Because it kind of seemed like Faith became Rain. Just a little bit. I've got to be missing something there. Faith cannot be Rain. The baby's Rain. Okay, baby's Rain. That makes more sense. Okay, baby was Rain. Interesting. There's one entry on chapter 4 as well. Yeah, I'm gonna look at that. Oh, sorry. I thought it might be. Yeah, I'm just gonna turn it down this way. Okay. So that was the mother. The unlovable one was the mother of Rain. That is interesting. Interesting. Yeah, that's right. Faith Valencia. So Faith is the mother of Rain? I thought it was Rain Evans, though. So Faith Valencia Evans, maybe? Faith would be... That's a funny name, too. Faith. Faith being the mother of Rain. Faith birthed Rain. Faith birthed sadness, birthed crying, tears. Birthed rain. It's just, I don't know. The symbology there is... Or the symbolism there is... very interesting. Adrian Lamb. Descriptors. Religious yet unaware. John 3:16. Grateful literally gave his own begotten Son, that whosoever believes in him shall not perish but have eternal life. Grateful literally gave his one and only Son, that whoever believes in him shall not perish but have eternal life. Alright. Religious yet unaware, and as it said that. I'm not sure how that relates, but winner of the church if she lives that long. Distant relative of Acadia, Avery Lamb. How fun. The Lamb family has been of great interest to me for a while. She doesn't know what her father is doing. She is unaware, afraid of the dark. Appearance. What does a young girl imagine a princess to look like? She has her mother's eyes and her father's anger. Cause of death. Prayer to the wrong god. Interesting. What did you pray to? Lament. She's such a happy young lady. There's nothing but kindness in her heart. She cares for everyone and everything, no matter what you look like, what you've done in the past, what she's heard about you. If you needed help, she would give it to you. 13 becomes attached to others so quickly without any regard for her safety. It makes me almost regretful. She gave 12 a chance. For that I am grateful, and yet I will not apologize for what I've done. Things are truly better this way. Alright. Number 14. Alexandria Zygmunt. Descriptors. Immortal, I think. Been around for a while. She's tired and bored. I'm glad I can give her an outlet for her suffering. E-Naturalist. A producer of her hubris. Or product of her hubris. Appearance. Briefly resembles a cat. Human. Is this Luna? I don't know. Alexandria Zygmunt. Anyway. LaFleur. We really did tear her family apart, Jessica. Roxanne and I. Wait, we really did tear that family apart. Jessica, Roxanne, and I. I often wonder if it's fascination with... Let me take a drink real quick. Throw straight up. I often wonder if its fascination with me stems from what we did to them. I wonder if its willingness to participate in my game stems from that. I don't regret it. 14 is a humanizing experience. That seems like one with the pink hair, actually, but it's not. Alexandria Zygmunt. Interesting. And finally, player 15. Molly Lucas. Descriptors. She has been the good in many. Wait, She has seen the good in many. She has not seen the good in me, and yet she follows blindly. The music and lights have always enamored her. She swears up and down she's seen aliens before. 12 and 13 find it to be a funny joke. 15 is seemingly okay with that. Knows of the eldest gods. Refuses to acknowledge them out of disdain. She knows of them, but what does she know? Who are the eldest ones? It isn't the 4 game masters, is it? Appearance. A pretty brave girl who will be in your mind until she isn't. She's okay with being forgotten by most. She wears a mask sometimes. It's tradition. Spine. She met 12 and 13 at a flea market on July 12, 2002. An instant bond between the 3 of them formed. The 2 saw 15 as an escape from their unstable home life, and 15 saw them as close friends. She taught them a lot, but not enough. Cause of death, a house fire. And that is all of the character profiles in the patient directory that Rain Evans is talking to, which is probably his, well, I mean, it is the players. There's probably more to it than that. Alright. Let's see what we've got of Chapter 4 so far. Part 4, Angel Game. We got Sheep Sampre is the first one. And the only one so far. And it's a video. 1 second. Okay, stop playing. Get my earbuds in. And it's on Lily. Okay. I'm going to go to the channel after this and make sure I didn't miss anything. Sermon. Interesting. Add transcript. Okay, well, I guess I'll go ahead and use the captioning then. I need to turn it back up.
As we gather today, our hearts are heavy with grief over recent tragedies in our midst.
Psalm 34:18 assures us that the Lord is near to the brokenhearted and saves the crushed in spirit. Let us take comfort in knowing that God will walk with us through our pain.
In Romans 12:15, we are encouraged to weep with those who weep and mourn with those who mourn.
I wish you would have said something, even just a simple "I love you."
Let us
Talking to
support
Rain?
one another with love and compassion during this time of sorrow. As we navigate this journey of mourning, may we find strength in Philippians 4:7, where God promises a peace that surpasses all understanding. Through prayer and solidarity, may we find healing and hope in the midst of our grief. Let us continue to lift up each other in prayer, trusting in God's comfort and grace. Amen.
Don't like where that was going, and I would not be comforted in these gods at all. Especially not Sarath, since Sarath's, you know, in the game, playing with people, and also, if what I've learned is true, Sarath made Rain with the mother, just kind of made her have the birth, the immaculate birth, whatever situation in the story. Never mind. I was thinking of a theory thing. I'll talk about it later. My daughter did not come home from school today. Okay. That's what I saw this morning. She knows to come home when the street light turns on. She knows my bell is waiting for her if she doesn't follow my rules. Wait, my belt is waiting if she doesn't follow my rules. You're in an abusive household, yay! She best pray for mercy when tomorrow comes. Yeah, if she's still alive. Creep. What's wrong with you, dude? Missing. Adrian Lamb. Yeah, Lamb seemed to be a little, intense. Last seen July 8th, 2006, Sparks, Nevada. Well, we've got one heck of a final season coming up. I'm so ready to follow this. You know what? So, the channel... Let's talk about this now. So, the channel is going to have to be different. It's not going to have to be different because I want it to be different, but it's just going to have to be different because it's going to have to be different. And the way it's going to be different, I want to make it a positive thing and not a negative thing. So what I'm going to do is the series that I'm following, instead of making a giant dive about them, I'm going to follow them. I'm going to interview the creators, and we're going to like go through the, not spoilers, but like the symbolisms and theories and stuff with them, and maybe even if possible do some, I'm talking about ARGs in general, and do some kind of like in-game interviews if possible, as like a wandering spirit. I don't know. We'll figure all that out. Most likely just talk to the creators about things. But in saying that, I am not going to completely give up the long form dives or the theory videos, stuff like that. It's just, they're going to have to be, that can't be something I do weekly anymore because of my schedule. I need to do some more manageable projects like that. Things that have less editing, more in-depth, so I can actually keep up with these things, because I'm falling behind in everything I've been following. And I'd like to follow things more I'd like to follow things as they're actually progressing, because I've never followed an ARG before it ended, and I've never been there from the beginning of one to the end of one. And I want to start doing that with ARGs. And I think the only way I can do that is if I do a step-by-step thing. I've got a few series I'm going to be doing that with, of course. And of course, it's not the only thing I'm going to be doing. I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to get all this figured out. I'm going to do videos I usually do. I'm going to do like stuff like I did with Umami, where I do like full breakdowns of what the story meant, and then I'll do theory videos, stuff like that. But I want to have something in there, fit in there as well, so the channel doesn't have big gaps between videos. Because the long form videos I used to make in a week or two now take me a month or two. That's just the way it is now. So I want something in between. Not exactly filler, but something in between that's also interesting, that's also of quality, and will help spread awareness about ARGs that are awesome. Because there's a lot out there. And series that are awesome. I followed some big series, giving my thoughts on it, because I had fun doing that, and doing that in shorts was something that I actually had time for. And I got thinking, I was like, well, I'm not helping the ARG community anymore. These little guys, these amazing writers and producers and storytellers, I'm not helping them anymore. How can I do that? And I think this is the way. Also, I could start doing shorts about their stuff too. I think that'd be really cool to do little shorts about series, ARGs, and web series that I really like. I've just been trying to figure everything out, but yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of other things I'm doing too. There's been a lot of transitioning in my life, and I'm just trying to figure everything out. But don't worry, everything's still going to be here. I'm going to still be doing the same stuff I've always done, and some new things, and some better things. I'm trying to find a way where we all have the community back, and we all have content on a weekly or at least bi-weekly basis. We're going to get it figured out. But anyway, I think it's just a really cool idea, too. That's something nobody else has done. I don't want to do the same thing everybody else has done. I don't want to just do dives. Everybody does dives. I want to actually talk with the creators as they're creating, get into their mind, and give some behind-the-scenes things. Not in a, like I said, again, not in a spoiler way, but like, how did you do this? How was, like, if there's a really cool effect, I'll go into how they did that and talk about what made them think about doing that. Just cool little things like that nobody else does. I want to do something unique. But anyway, I don't know why I went on a tangent there. I feel like it needed to be said. I don't know how many people are watching this or are going to watch this, but I just feel like it needed to be said somewhere. So I said it. And I'll probably say it again in the Discord server, and maybe on Twitter, who knows. But that's where we're heading. Like I said, I'm home. I wanted to go back home to ARG. It was fun to look into other things for a while. I did need a break from it. But after all of the drama, what happened with ARG, and the factions, and everybody fighting each other, and arguing, and all that junk, I needed a break from ARG for a while, and I've got it, and I'm ready to go back. Like I said, I'm still going to do little theories and stuff on like One Piece and Pokemon and Gorillas and stuff, but I want to do this again. ARG again. I enjoy it too much to not do it again. And heck, half of the books I'm writing are in the ARG realm, and I would like for people to read those one day. So I'd like to, you know, be in that realm again. Not to mention, I've got 2 podcasts I need to release. One with Kay, and one with freaking Nightmind. Nightmind did a podcast with me. Why have I not put that out? Anyway. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing going forward. And again, those of you, sorry to get on such a tangent and go completely off subject like that, but those of you who have not seen the Kawaii Niko-chen Calico Lily, otherwise known as Reinhardt Kawaii Quest series, it's really good. It's just really good. Everything that Roxy done has been really good. I know there's arguments and things there, but just give this series a chance. It is so awesome. And it's just such, like you saw today, it's such an intricate story with such interesting lore elements, and it's so well put together, and it makes you think, and it makes you theorize, and I freaking love series like that. I love them. That's like my bread and butter. That is the zest of life for me. And you did that. You made one of those things. You made something on the level of Umami, of Dad Feels, to me at least, it's on that level of Magical Annie. I mean, it's on that level. That's another thing I really want to talk about a lot. And it's a rare thing. So don't ever let anyone tell you that your series is not among those. Just because it's not as popular, just because some things are not as produced. I mean, it's intentional. I get it. It's hilarious. The Nico Lily-chan being like drawings is because freaking Lily's making it. It's perfect. And it's just, it's at that level, and it's so good. And you all should seriously check it out from the beginning if you haven't already. I've done several dives into this as we followed it along, and I want to definitely be there to follow it through to the end. But again, you need to check it out on your own. The website is awesome. It's complex. It's big, and there's just so much content to get into. Definitely need to do yourself a favor and watch the series. and read and everything. Just go through it all. There's so much content. But yeah, I'm super excited to see where it goes. I'm excited for the coming projects you have coming, and I love your work. Keep it, never stop. Never stop your art. I've been there. I've been discouraged, and I've been told to stop. Not YouTube in particular, but art before. And it's just something you can't ever give up, because I've done it. I've gave it up for about 4 years, back when in the Walmart days. And you'll never experience another misery at that level, that scale, ever. If it's a part of you and you're an artist, you've got to keep it. So never give it up. Even if you have to sideline it and do it as your hobby, never ever give it up. Ever. I mean that. You're an artist. I know how it is. And it's a beautiful thing to be an artist, to have that calling. Anyway, awesome work as always. I've really enjoyed it. I'm so glad we got back into it, and I can't wait to finish it up. Next week, I'm going to try to stream again. I'll be looking into something different. I don't think there'll be enough content to do another stream by then anyway, because we went through a lot tonight. So I'm just so glad we got caught up. And I will see you on the next one. I'm going to read the comments real quick, and then I'm going to jump out of here. Rain is Faith's brother. Okay, so I did get it mixed up. Never mind. So Rain is Faith's brother, but the baby was Rain. Okay. It's Rain's stepsister. Gotcha. Okay. Rain is Faith's... Okay, they're step-siblings. Gotcha. So it's the actual child. Or not the actual child, but the undeity intervened child. Gotcha. Yeah, I'm excited to see how your channel grows too. For sure. Absolutely. I don't know. It's been a journey. I'll tell you that. These last couple months, well, more than last couple months. These last 6 months have been a journey and a half. So very different. All right. Well, I will see you on the next one. Thank you all so much for hanging out today. I really appreciate you all showing up. I don't know why the comments never showed up here. I'm gonna have to go into OBS and change a bunch of settings. For some reason, it just could not take the dock of the chat. So whatever. But I had a good time. I enjoyed it. I hope you all did as well. And I will see you next time. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a great night.